Well, I have some unfortunate news. No Nuck tonight. No Nuck tonight. But look, it's Order 42. We're live. You're here. I'm here. That's all we need, right? But yeah, how's it going, everybody? It's good to see all of you in here. Look, I mean, Ninjinzu was first. He was first. But welcome. Ricky, Cosma, Robert Rivera, Rufus the Red. Look, it's good to see you guys. But no, no Nuck, and it's because I have no liquids. I have no new liquids. I'm basically just I'm in a point right now where I've spent a ridiculous amount of money on stuff, which you might see a little bit tonight. But yeah, yeah, and I'm waiting for the sales. The sales this weekend. Of course, Labor Day is this weekend here in the United States, which usually means big sales. So I'm waiting for the sales, and then hopefully we'll have some new liquids to try. But sorry, Cosma. Sorry, Robert. I don't have any. I'm sorry. But anyway, and Shozama's here. Welcome, Shozama. Good to see you. But yeah, what's going on? What's new? What's new with you guys? This weekend or this week, I've been watching a ton of movies. A ton. Not literally a ton. Okay, I've watched a few movies. But I wanted to share some of my thoughts on some of these. Some of these are movies that I purchased a while back. Some of them are movies that I watched on the old streaming things. But I wanted to bring some to your attention because yeah, because it's fun. It's fun to talk about movies because that's what we're here for, right? Breaking Bad again. Man, it's such a good show. Such a good show. I love it. Just got back from Barnes. Is it the Arrow sale that's going on right now? What is it? Is it 50% off of Arrow movies? The thing is right now I'm in a place where I have all the Arrow movies I need. Right now, I'm good. Actually, there is one, but I don't think it's available at Barnes & Noble. The one that I want. It's in my wish list. Kind of. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I know. Some people might say, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Look, it's one of my favorites. I love that movie. I always have. Since the first time I saw it on VHS back in the day. I love that movie. So, I want it on 4K. I just can't afford it right now because I've bought other things and done other things. And really, what it comes down to is unexpectedly dropping $400 on a new Blu-ray player was not in the plan. And that's pretty much what's put me in the hole. So, the spending has been very, very light. But then it didn't stop me from spending a little bit more because I'm insane. Anyway, what about you guys? Anything? Anything good on Apple TV? You know, I still haven't watched Presumed Innocent. I haven't watched I still haven't finished Masters of the Air. I think I still have 2 or 3 episodes left of that. When it comes to streaming shows, I haven't been watching a lot. So yeah, once House of the Dragon and Acolyte ended, I haven't watched much. I've been catching up on some of these movies. But yeah, we'll get into that. Little John was amazing. The whole movie's amazing. The score is so iconic that Morgan Creek, the production house that basically, made this movie, so iconic that they continued to use that theme from Robin Hood for years. And it showed up in different movies. It's like movie trailers and stuff like that. that score is amazing. It's an amazing score. But hey, Ted Milich. Hey, everyone. Hey to you, Ted. Good to see you. Good to see you. Iconic. I watched Horizon and I thought it was really good. Hopefully he can get the rest of them made. Iconic. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that because that is, I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves just a little bit, but that is another one of those movies that I watched this week and I want to talk about it because could it have been this like better the second time? Yeah. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. It's good to hear though. It's good to hear that people are watching it and people are enjoying it. Little Pee Wee, what's going on? Good to see you. Now, by the way, you might have noticed if you follow the other Game Chasers that, and I'm talking about Billy and Jay, right? You might have noticed that Jay and Chief went up to the Kansas City Retro game show or retro show convention thing. I was supposed to go, but you might have also seen that Billy was not able to go because of his injury. So I didn't go because here's the thing. Jay and Chief were leaving a day earlier than Billy and I were going to. And then, you know, when Billy got injured, wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it. And the fact is, Chief brings a lot of stuff to these conventions to sell. So there was not going to be room for me in the car. So once Billy said that he wasn't going, it was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going. So I missed out on Kansas City Retro. I'd never been to Overland Park, Kansas City, any of that area. The only time that I think that I got close is when I was working at Sprint. Yeah, Sprint. Anybody remember Sprint? Anyway, when I was working for Sprint back in the day, they were talking about taking us up to Kansas City because that's where the home office was. And like doing training and stuff like that up there. Never did it. It was never something that never came along. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I've just never been there. So I've never been to Kansas. I want to go. I haven't been yet. So anyway, so I missed out. I missed out on Kansas City Retro. So if there was anybody there that was just dying to meet the old Order 42 show, well, I'm sorry that I was not able to make it. Nobody came to see me. It's fine. But anyway, I tagged you in Discord in music, Rob. I don't remember if I showed you that or not. What did you show me? No, you did not show this to me. That's right. The score. Is that, it's Michael Kamen, right? Is that Michael Kamen? Music composed and conducted by, which it's kind of hard to see. It is Michael Kamen. It's hard to see, but it's, you know, and I can't turn it, but music composed and conducted by Michael Kamen. Yes. Michael Kamen was awesome. And that's an awesome score. It's an awesome movie. You got freaking, Christian Slater and Morgan Freeman and Alan Rickman and Michael Wincott, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, and of course Kevin Costner. I love that movie. I always have. I've always loved it. So there you go. Chief has an insane eye for the good stuff and also a lot of luck. Ninjinzu, you're not wrong. That dude has the most amazing stuff. And again, one of the things that just blows me away about him is how he remembers what people are looking for. You know? Because it's like every single time I see him, he's got something for me. Like if I'm interested, he's got something. And I'm like, oh, and I end up buying something every single time. In fact, every convention that I've been to that Chief is there, I've bought something from him. Every time. So there's always October at Retropalooza. Exactly. October, just a couple of months away. It's crazy that it's the end of August already. It's crazy. But I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Does anybody know if Walmart still sells steelbooks of new movies in store, or is it online only now? I went to Walmart just the other day and almost bought a 4K steelbook of Creepshow. The problem is I've never seen Creepshow. So it was a little too expensive for what I was ready to, to plunk down for a movie that I've never seen. But yes, they still have them. In fact, they had a full end cap, so it's like the end cap, and then there's like, was it like 5 movies down each side? Now, there were some that were sold out, but yeah, they absolutely still do it. Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, steelbooks are cool. Um, I know there's a but coming. My thing is at the end of the day, I'm concerned about the disc itself. I want the disc, right? I want the movie and all the special features. The package that it comes in doesn't typically, really blow my skirt up. You know what I'm saying? And I wear plenty of skirts, so I know. I don't wear any skirts. Not that that's bad, This day and age, hey, who am I to judge? Like, oh, you guys with your shorts. I mean, gosh, kilts. If I was Irish, I'd wear a kilt, but I'm not Irish either. Is that cultural appropriation if I wear a kilt and I'm not Irish? Is it? I honestly don't know. It's an honest question. Like, I don't know. But look, I like steelbooks. I think they're cool, but when there's a especially these days, major price differences, it's hard for me to, care, what the package is in. Now, again, just recently, it's, I don't know where it is, but it's Lawrence of Arabia because it's only available on Steelbook. So yeah, I bought it, of course. I'm going to buy it. It's Lawrence of Arabia in 4K. Are you kidding? I want that movie. But if it wasn't, I'd just buy the regular one. That's just me. Did I say Irish? I meant Scottish. I can't believe I said Irish. Did I? I can't believe I did that. Yes, I know that, of course. I mean, I know that. Why did I say Ireland? That's weird. But hey, sorry. Sorry to everyone, that I misspoke. But hey, it's live, man. It's live. Things happen. Baby Slater, I know. He was a heartthrob. And that's around that same time. I mean, you had Cuffs. You had Pump Up the Volume. And then, what? 2 years later, he's in True Romance, which to me solidified his awesomeness, like, for all time. Like, I don't care what Christian Slater does. I'll watch it. He's one of those actors I'll just watch in anything. And he was in I almost said Bad Robot. That's a production company from J.J. Abrams. I meant Mr. Robot. That was a good show. So there you go. I had action figures for that movie, and I don't think I ever watched it. Rufus. Did I say hi, Rufus? Hi. And BC, hi. Wraith, hi. Nicholas, hi. How's it going with you guys? How's it going? Did I miss anybody? Raphael, welcome. And yes, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Look, here's the thing. I do a Scottish accent because of Braveheart and Trainspotting. Of course I know that kilts are Scottish. Why did I say Irish? I don't know. I have no idea. But it happened. So yeah, I apologize for that. Yo, Rob, watching Wayne's World right now. Schwing, BC. How is it? I haven't seen that movie in probably... Because that movie came out when I was a sophomore? Or a freshman? I feel like that would be a pretty dated movie. It's kind of like, Shrek. Just... Because, I don't know. I don't know if it would work. Does it work? Does it still work? Michael Wincott, a.k.a. Top Dollar in The Crow. The original Crow. The Brandon Lee movie, not whatever that was this past weekend. Now, Wraith, you had said something last week or the week before. Probably the week before, because Alien Romulus hadn't come out yet. You said that Alien Romulus would be my top viewed video. And it wasn't. It wasn't even close. I think I got like 150, 160 views, something like that. But my review of The Crow is over 5,100 views. Now, you might say, well, Rob, you started it off in this amazing way, this amazingly stupid. He cracked me up. Because here's what I was thinking. I was thinking what might be cool for this one, because it's such a movie that, you know, that some people are looking forward to, some people are looking forward to hating. Why not play into it and get my pre-show thoughts, you know? And that's what I did. I thought, pre-show thoughts, I think that'll be great. That'll be great. So that's what I did. I stood up right over here and I recorded my pre-show thoughts on what I was hoping for The Crow, even though I'd only seen the first trailer. I hadn't seen any trailers beyond that. So yeah. And then, well, a lot of you watched it. I don't know if you guys especially watched it, but that was pretty funny. I think it worked out pretty well. So, but also it's just because it's a movie that a lot of people, there wasn't a whole lot of reviews for it from the big guys, you know? And on top of that, it probably helped because the thumbnail was weird, and then it starts off really crazy. So maybe that's why. But either way, look, I appreciate the love on the review. Got a lot of great comments. I mean, there were people that were mad at me for even praising the acting. Because here's the thing. I am one of those people that I believe that actors they do exactly what they're told to do from the script, from the director, all that stuff. So there were people that were like, no, not even the actors were good. And I'm like, well, I mean, okay, but that's not what I think. I think if an actor goes out and gives everything that they've got, then you can't blame them because the story was bad. And that's really what it was. I think the story was bad. But anyway, I mean, look, we can talk more about The Crow if you want, but I mean, it's just a bummer. I mean, for somebody who's a fan of the original story, the comic, the movie itself, the movie is really where most of because I've only read the comic one time, I think. The comic was too, it just didn't work for me the way the movie did. The movie was the whole thing. It was Brandon Lee. It was the way it was shot, this Blade Runner-esque, you know, the way that it was shot, Ernie Hudson as Albrecht, Sarah, all of those things about the movie, the whole crew, right? The whole crew, the bad guys were all characters and they were fun to watch. And even though they were bad guys, some of them were kind of funny. Like Skank freaking cracked me up multiple times watching that. Watching it again recently. Top Dollar, of course, Michael Wincott, amazing. You didn't have that in this movie. You didn't have any of that. It was the character was all gone. The humor was all gone. It was so dour. But anyway, I'll stop talking about it. I want to try requesting another fan edit called Man of Tomorrow by Joe Willens, which combines Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman into one movie, and it's pretty cool. Well, Nicholas, that's great. That's great. I'm gonna put it on the list. I'm not gonna make any promises. Let me see. There we go. I'm not gonna make any promises because here's the thing. Like I said before, I think fan edits are in a place right now where there are very few that transcend the simple act of taking, scenes that they don't like out, putting deleted scenes that they like back in. Joe Willens, though, is a little different because Joe Willens is who did Paradise, the mixture of Prometheus and Alien Covenant, which I thought was brilliant. And it was all from David's point of view. I thought it was like amazing. But it was also the skill involved to try to put those things together in a way that made it feel like a fresh thing. But I'm going to put it on the list. But in fact, I'm going to. Was that? That sounded like thunder. Hold on a second. Uh, just give me a quick second. Just give me a quick mo, and let me look up the. Hey, shut up, Sarah. Oh, it is. Oh my. Okay. Holy crap. Okay, we might get hit by something. I'm hearing thunder out there. Um, I hope it doesn't destroy the stream. But like I said, I'm gonna copy your name and uh Man of Tomorrow. Job Willens. There we go. Sanguinetti. Sorry. Almost like, what is that? Inglourious Bastards? Margariti, But anyway. And look, don't look. You cracked me up last week, so I'll like I said, it's on the list. No promises, but it's on the list. Thank you for that. And I mean, I think Joe Willens is a hell of an editor. He's and again, and I don't want to disparage anybody that wants to make a fan edit in that style where it's like, okay, I want to take out these scenes that I don't like and I'm going to try to reorganize things or whatever. But again, his were just transcendent. And I know I keep using that word, but it's not just the movie a little different. The movie remixed. It felt like a new experience. And that's it kind of ruined me a little bit. But then again, I've said it before. I don't also want to, dissuade anyone from wanting to do it or to try it. But what ends up happening is I end up being almost like free marketing for this person's fan edit, and I'm not interested in doing that. And it's not because I'm not getting paid or anything like that. It's just that the purpose of me doing it is, hey, I want to bring attention. I want to shine a light on these things that I think are cool, which I did. I have. But so many of them I don't have anything to say about them. Because it's like, yeah, here's another version of The Hobbit done slightly differently. Which one's going to work the best for you depends on your personal taste. So watch a bunch of them until you get to one that you're like, yeah, that's perfect. You know what I mean? And it's tough to make videos like that. And I mean, I could keep doing it. I could keep doing it for sure. But it's just, it doesn't interest me, and it doesn't interest me to do videos like that. So anyway, 60 days away from Retropalooza. Yes. Creepshow is good. Well, I mean, sure, but I mean, I haven't seen it. So they have steelbooks out the cheeks. Walmart does. Absolutely. The disc is most important, but I just like steelbooks if I can find them. Oh, I mean, absolutely. Look, I'm all for them. Me personally, and you've seen this. We've talked about this. And in most cases, if there is a crazy special edition, that's awesome. For those people that want to spend the extra money on that, great. But for me, it's all about that disc. And as long as the disc has everything that the other one does, I probably will just get the bare bones. No lobby cards, no extra books. Now I say that, and I will continue to champion certain boutique. Actually, I shouldn't even say that. I will continue to champion any physical media when it comes to movies that I can, because I think they're awesome. I know I'm talking around the whatever, but for example, The Conversation. We talked about this one, and it comes with lobby cards. It comes with a book. Of course, this is Francis Ford Coppola's movie from the same year. I think it's 1974, right? Same year that Godfather Part 2 came out, starring Gene Hackman. It's an amazing movie. It's a great movie. Great movie. New 4K transfer, all that kind of stuff. But it comes with all this stuff. And to buy it, one movie, it's $85. And I'm like, look, I think it's awesome. And it's a cool looking box and everything's cool. but I just don't need all that extra stuff. So I want a movie only edition of the conversation in 4K. That's what I want. So hopefully they'll put that out because that's what I want. So anyway, I hate steelbooks. Too bulky and looks bad on a shelf with regular Blu-ray cases. I mean, I can see that. But at the same time, though, like even the Criterion edition sticks out because I have everything alphabetical, at least when it comes to Blu-ray and DVD. But they stick out because they have the clear instead of the. Do I have any Criterion sitting here? No. But then again, even the O-rings, right? The slipcase things that go over, you know, when Blu-rays are brand new, even those stick out more than others because of that. And yeah, I can see what you're saying about the steelbooks. But I'm kind of okay with that. I don't mind. And yes, sorry again about the kilts. Both cultures wear them? Okay. Well, I meant Scottish. But anyway. The Halo game steelbook. Is True Romance the drug movie? I mean, yes. I mean, to me, that's almost like the setting. It's not about drugs, but, you know, yeah. I mean, yeah, they're trying to sell drugs, but it's not about drugs. You know what I mean? The Irish prey on their knees, the Scottish prey on their neighbors. I mean, I don't know what that has to do with kilts. Anyway, I picked up one of the Discord's favorite actors, Van Damme and Natasha Henstridge movie, Maximum Risk, on sale on iTunes, Apple TV. There's always sales, man. There's always sales going on. In fact, there's a bunch of $5 movies this week on iTunes. Amazing deals. Amazing deals if you're interested. Now, again, I like my physical, right? But there are some movies that I don't care to own physical, but I'll own it digitally, sure. You know? Like, for example, this is going to be one of those examples that goes, people go, whoa, I want to get the 4K of Silence of the Lambs, but I can't really afford it right now. So I was thinking about just going ahead and picking up the $5 4K Silence of the Lambs. It's $5 right now. $5. But at the same time, I don't know what transfer they're using. Because from what I've heard, there's Kino Lorber did a Silence of the Lambs, and then Arrow just came out this week with Silence of the Lambs in 4K. Both 4K, but the Kino Lorber transfer, the first, I don't know how, I haven't read into it that much because it was basically like, I finally just went, okay, so the Kino Lorber, don't buy that one, buy the Arrow one. Because apparently the Kino Lorber has wrong color timing for like the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. So I wouldn't want, if I was going to buy one or the other, I would buy the Arrow one because it has the corrected color timing. The problem is, with digital, you don't know what transfer they're using. So they might be using the Kino Lorber transfer, which would be, so it would be like a waste of $5. So I don't know. Me. Love Wayne's World, but I only watch certain parts because I kind of got bored with it nowadays. Okay. I understand that. I finally watched Alien Romulus and it was tits. Is that is a good thing, right? Because to me, that's a good thing. You know? If somebody says it's the tits, I would say that's probably a good thing. But yeah. The before the theater scenes were funny. I'm not sure what that means. Is that Wayne's World? Still holds up. Definitely watch it again. Plus, it has Chris Farley in it. I mean, of course, but I mean, you know, I don't know. I like the pre-show stuff. What are we talking about? Pre-show. What are we talking about? Oh. Are we talking about the review? Yes. Okay, that's what we're talking about. See, I'm that far behind. And that's just what oh my gosh. Wow. Sad that it's just meh. Yeah. They should have just had him. Wait, had Sting play him again. Crow with no hair is wild. It's not just the hair though. It's not. It's not. It's the whole. It's everything. And it's not just the fact that, oh, Eric and Shelly meet at a drug rehab place. It's not even that. It's that there's a whole. Eric and Shelly in the original Crow, I almost said resemble. It's not resemble. They are the symbol of purity in the movie. And when you don't have that, it takes away from, I don't know, it just takes away from it. And there, like I said, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but there are things about that new version that I'm like, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that The Crow is a supernatural type story, but you're missing a couple of major things beyond that. You're adding another supernatural element on top of it. I don't believe the love story. I mean, I can understand infatuation, but I'm going to basically, my soul is forfeit because I love you so much and you met like 20 minutes ago. It's a little strange. It's just weird. It's weird. And then of course, like I said, the whole no levity in this movie, no humor. And not to say that, the original Crow is like this hilarious gut fest and you're like, ah, ha, ha. I mean, there's some funny things in it, but it's got a little bit of everything. It's got the romance, it's got action, it's got drama, it's got comedy, it's got all those things mixed together, which and the score kicks ass. I found the score really lacking. It didn't feel like The Crow at all. I don't know, man. It just didn't work for me. So the best thing about the Crow reboot was that it boosted your numbers. I mean, look, here's the thing. I don't typically care about views, but when at the very least I make just enough to pay for the movie, I mean, if I could do that every time, that would be great. Because that would help me out, because I mean, movies aren't cheap. So it was nice to get that boost. And on top of that, I got like 30, 32, 33 subscribes off of that. Like, that's good for me. Like, that's really good for me. So yeah, well, number one, it was a situation where it was a perfect storm. It was a movie that not a lot of people had reviewed already. It was, the situation at the beginning was something where I was just like, I want to do something different for this movie because I know that there's a lot of people that are almost like I'm sure there were people that bought tickets to see it in the hopes that it would be bad, and that they would just hate it. Right. I wanted to try to play off of that and try to show some optimism, because I was optimistic about it. Because I thought that first trailer was like, this could be really cool. It just didn't work. So. Yeah, look what you've done to my sheets. Oh, dude. I'm not Skank. Skank's right there. Skank's dead. Yeah, so much good stuff. So good. What did I do, Nicholas? It's okay, dude. Well, okay. All right. And Pixel. Welcome, Pixel. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up. We've been getting rain here on the coast the last few days pretty straight. Yeah, it's been dry as things. I was going to get really dirty, and it's like, it's only 7:30. It's too early to get that dirty, right? But yeah, it's been pretty dry here. But apparently there's rain today. There's going to be rain this weekend, so interesting. Finally, the end of summer, maybe? I picked up Creepshow on disc to digital for $2. A few more from $2 to $5. $2 and a few more. Gotcha. Yeah, I've just never seen it. It's one of those that it was, my parents, nobody wanted me to watch rated R movies until a certain point. Creepshow was older, so I never went back to it. So it's just one of those it's a gap in my viewing. Helping you tell the difference, but honestly, I take any excuse to tell that joke because it's hilarious. Oh, well, okay. I get it. I get it. Casino Physical is $10 for 4K on Amazon right now. Great price for a great movie. It is a great movie. I haven't seen that's one that I haven't seen in a while too. I don't own it, but I got to be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of Marty's, and yes, it's Marty. I call him Marty. I'm not a huge fan of his like Casino, Goodfellas. They're good. Trust me. I'm not saying that they're not good. They're just not they're not for me. They're, you know what I mean? Like they're not movies that I want to own. But that's fine, you know? There's plenty of movies out there for everybody. It's just not a movie that I want to own. Always a good thing. Okay, good. They were just a rebound for each other. It wasn't love. Yeah. Yeah. Did you see it, Ricky? Did you see The Crow? Brandon Ree was Crow. Well, here's the thing though. It's not just like the thing about Alex Proyas, right? The director of the original Crow, all week has been posting negative reviews of it and like in some cases kind of laughing about it or whatever. I had a good time doing my review, but I would not say that mine was a 100% negative review. I have problems with the movie, absolutely. But I didn't destroy everybody that worked on it. I understand that there's probably people that worked on that movie that gave 100%. They gave everything they had to make that movie the best thing they could. And I applaud that. I always applaud that. My problem was I don't think the script, it was written in almost a way, and I have no proof of this, but it was written in a way that was almost like the studio said, you know what? Why don't you change the name of those characters, because that's the name of the characters in the original. That way there's a connectivity to the original. It didn't feel like a natural, you know, especially when James O'Barr, the creator of The Crow, was involved in the production. So it feels like a studio mandate. It doesn't feel like it was a natural progression to go, hey, I'm writing this story, you know, in the Crow universe, the Crow world, but I'm going to call them Eric and Shelley. It just doesn't make sense. In that way, I think Brandon Lee embodies what Eric Draven was supposed to be. That's just my opinion, but I posted my other digital pickups in general movie chat on the Discord. Shozama, thank you. I want to see this. Fair enough, Rob. I love Casino, but for whatever reason, I don't like Goodfellas. Okay, wow. See, I think part of it is that, and this is, people might disagree with this, but Goodfellas in particular, it's almost like it doesn't know if it's trying to be like a romanticized version of. The tone seemed to shift too much for me. So at first it feels romanticized, but then you see the horrors of being in that world. The Godfather always felt consistent, you know, as far as when it comes to showing, you know, the mob and the way that they work. The Godfather always felt consistent. Goodfellas felt like it didn't know what it wanted to say. Like, I don't know what he was trying to say with Goodfellas. I enjoy Goodfellas. I watched it recently. I still think it's a good movie, and there's some amazing shots in that movie. Amazing shots. Like, totally, like, wow. Like, I love the way that was filmed. I love the score, the soundtrack that they used, the different songs they used. Great stuff. It's just not my favorite movie. So, and Casino is for me one step below Goodfellas. I think Goodfellas is a better movie, but I still didn't. I didn't want to after your review because you explained it enough for me to just like be like, meh. Oh, okay, Ricky, okay. Has anyone watched Chimp Crazy on Max yet? I've heard it's the next Tiger King, but I haven't checked it out yet. I have not watched it. I'm aware of it. I saw it on there, but I did not watch it. Yeah, Proyas tore that reboot to pieces. Yeah. But he did it multiple times without even seeing the movie. So, La Bamba is being remade. Ryu's Realist. I don't think I said hi to you. How are you doing? And Glaceon is here. Welcome to you. Welcome to you. But La Bamba is being remade. I love that movie. I've seen La Bamba twice. La Bamba is another one of those movies that I just don't connect with it the same, you know? Like I connect more with when it comes to, I almost said Richie Valens. That's who La Bamba's about. Lou Diamond Phillips. When it comes to performances of his that really stick out to me, I think of Young Guns. I think of Stand and Deliver. And Stand and Deliver is a kick-ass movie. I still like that movie. That's one of those movies that I've just never got around to buying, but I love that movie. You know, Edward James Olmos, it's a great movie. But hey, I didn't know that they were doing a La Bamba. I mean, Ted, maybe, but I mean, I doubt that. I doubt that very seriously. Goodfellas does seem like maybe it has a slight identity crisis at times. Maybe that's why I struggle to enjoy it. I mean, maybe. I don't know. And maybe and I'm just talking about out of my ass, really, because it's not like I've studied Goodfellas. It's just that Goodfellas never connected with me the way The Godfather did. You know, it just didn't. I'm here late. What are your top mob movies? I've only seen Godfather. um, okay, here's one that I think is amazing. These are going to be off the beaten path. Most people would probably say The Godfather or Goodfellas, right? If you haven't seen Miller's Crossing, watch Miller's Crossing. It's one of the early Coen Brothers movies. It's fantastic. And there's a scene that is one of those scenes that it sticks with you. Like for me, in The Godfather, since you've seen The Godfather, oh, American Gangster. That's a good one too. That's a really good one. But Miller's Crossing is an amazing movie. Okay, so The Godfather. I'm not going to go into detail just in case someone hasn't seen The Godfather. I mean, it is, 52 years old now? But it's possible, right? Shozama taught me that lesson, that it's possible someone hadn't seen it, even if it's 50 plus years old. But there's a scene in that is, it has to do with James Caan. If you know what I'm talking about. That is so shocking when it happens. Like if you didn't know the story and you're just watching the movie, it's a shock. It's so good. It's so good. And like whoa. To me, Miller's Crossing has that same kind of feeling for me. There's a scene that's just like that. There's also a scene like that in Road to Perdition, which kind of is a mob movie, but that's kind of what I think, you know? But yeah, American Gangster is, and here's the thing, American Gangster is one of those, it's on my list, of course, because it's Ridley Scott. It's a Ridley Scott movie. So, of course, I need to watch it again. I've only seen that movie once, and I got the big bad special edition with all the extra features and stuff. So I'm really excited to go back and watch through all of that because I don't remember. History of Violence. Ooh. Oh my gosh. King of New York. Y'all are bringing out some good ones. Of course, The Godfather. I mean, like Godfather and Godfather 2 are two of the best movies, period. And I would even say that Godfather 3 it's not nearly as good as the first two, but it's still really, really good. To me, The Godfather Part 3 is like the prequels of Star Wars. You know, when you're looking at the prequels, and you realize that it's part of this Star Wars thing. You look at the prequels and you go, they're not anywhere close to as good as those original movies. But I still think they're good. I still think they're better than a lot of the crap that comes out. Sure, there's problems with it, but almost every movie has problems with it. Name one movie without a single issue in it. Okay, Shawshank Redemption. Maybe, right? But most movies have that one or two scenes where you're kind of like, it's not great. I didn't really care for that scene. But there you go. Bronx Tale. I've never seen a Bronx Tale. I need to put a Bronx Tale. I'm sure it's on my list, right? Where's my list? There it is. Yep. Ricky, Max, BC. I'm going to put that on there. I mean, it's still on there. I just haven't gotten to those because I still have my own list to go through. But yeah. So there you go, Glaceon. There you go. There's a lot of movies, a lot of good movies there. Goodfellas is like two movies. First half a mob romance and the second half a drug movie. Casino was good until the last 42 minutes of Sharon Stone yelling. Before we get too carried away, what did you watch on your new player, Shozama? We're about to get to that. Miller's Crossing is... I own that, right? Do I own that? I don't know. I don't know if I own that. I don't think I own that. I need to buy that movie. I need to buy it. I'm not going to buy it right now. I'm just going to put it on my watch list so I can remember it. But again, a lot of the you know what? I think I actually have it digitally. But if there's a 4K, I would like it. Okay, it's in the Criterion Collection. Blu-ray only. Why not? It's in the list. It's on the list. So maybe if I can pull myself out of this crazy hole, I have, again, we'll go into some of the stuff that's put me so far in debt. Of course, the Blu-ray player and some other things, but we'll get to that. American Gangster, great shout out. King in New York, man, it's a good movie. History of Violence. I don't know if History of Violence could. Yeah, it's definitely an organized crime kind of movie, but that's a good movie too. Ricky is a made movie man with all these movie recommendations. Yeah. Point Break. That's not really a mob movie, but ooh, The Untouchables. The Untouchables. The Untouchables? It's a good one. And then if you haven't seen oh God, what Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is worth watching. That's a good show. The Sopranos, of course. Right? If you haven't seen The Sopranos. Heat is a bit too modern to be mob, but it's my favorite crime movie. Yeah, and when you're talking about just a crime movie, Heat has got to be up there. Got to be up there. It's such a good movie. Knock Around Guys isn't amazing, but I still like it. Good cast. Barry Pepper always killed it in his roles. Barry Pepper is one of the most tragic stories when it comes to actors being in a movie that just destroyed. It was just terrible. It was a terrible movie. Yet he always brings it. Barry Pepper is one of those guys. Of course, he's the sniper in Saving Private Ryan. He's I don't remember his character name, but he's in The Green Mile, and he's fantastic in that. Yeah, Barry Pepper's a great guy. Miller's Crossing is on Criterion 4K. Okay, well, I only saw the Blu-ray, but that doesn't mean... that could have just been... Bronx Tale looks neat, too. Checking that out also. Yeah. Harlem Nights. I haven't seen Harlem Nights. Or maybe, no, wait. I have seen Harlem Nights, but it's been many, many years. I don't really remember a lot of it. He's also great in 61 as Roger Maris. Oh, well, there you go. I didn't know that. But look, before we get too far into it, I do want to bring up that when it comes to the game chasers, there are many benefits to being their friend and to being involved with them. The one thing that I did not ever foresee happening was that I would be immortalized. That doesn't work. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on a second. I ruined it. And you know, when as soon as it happened, I'm like, yeah, I set everything up but the freaking browser. But there we go. It's fixed. I didn't know I was going to be immortalized in art. So Sniping is Fun, who has been in the chat from time to time. I'm not sure what he's doing this for, but he's drawn me, and I just think that's really cool. So thank you for that. I just think it's cool. To be included with those guys is really cool. He has shown on his Twitter, his Twitter X handle thing. He's shown many of his art and a lot of Game Chasers related stuff, and to be, like I said, to be immortalized. The second one really does look like me, but it's a little disappointing to see the bags under my eyes. But hey, I do have them. But it's fun. It's fun. I never knew I'd be a Smurf. So there you go. Jacob, get the drawing Rob now. Oh, I mean, look, you don't have to. It was kind of cool though to see that, you know. Cameraman pick can be a pin, right? Exactly. Just cameraman. Right here. And don't panic, everybody. Don't panic. Make sure you have your towel. But I also wanted to bring this up. I posted this over in the what do you call it? On the Discord. I'm not into building PCs, but I just think this is cool. That's freaking awesome. So a PC with a lot of custom work there, and the little Lego scene on the bottom, just beautiful. And here's another view. I just think that's really cool. Again, I don't build PCs, but I think that's awesome. I think that's really, really cool. I mean, and look at the detail on the side of the Tantive 4 there, the background. Dude, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. But there you go. Here's that. I've been replaying both Tears and Breath of the Wild, and yeah, I still prefer Breath of the Wild. You should see the PCs I've built this year. I put, but no Legos in mine. Well, I mean, I've never seen Lego in a PC before. I just thought that was cool. Lego get dust anyway. Might as well make it happen faster. You are not wrong, Rufus. Man, they get fat. They get dusty fast, and they're hard to dust. I mean, you have to get the canned air. You know what I mean. By the way, I'm gonna take a quick vape break. This is still the acai strawberry Greek yogurt honey nonsense that I've been vaping. It's still awesome. Again, the most bougie freaking vape that I own right there. It is definitely bougie. The Club by Vicious Ant. Anyway, I do want to bring this up for those of you who, I know I brought it up a couple of times, and this isn't going to appeal to everybody, but I wanted to bring it up anyway. True Noir, which is an audio drama that is written by Max Allan Collins, who also wrote The Road to Perdition, but also Robert Meyer Burnett is the one that's putting all this together, directing everything, all the actors and all that stuff. It is a radio drama that is going to be in 5.1 surround sound and stereo. If you want to back this thing, back it. I backed it, which is part of the reason why I'm a little broke. It's because I did put some money down on the True Noir because I want to see it. They've got 17 days to go, $20,385. 30,000 is the goal. Hey, I just think it's a cool idea, to do a radio drama in this day and age, but in 5.1. I listened to the proof of concept. I thought it was awesome. So there you go. This is starring Anthony LaPaglia, William Sadler, David Strathairn. I'm not sure how to say his name properly. I've always said it like that. But these are all, so many different actors. Katie Sackhoff is in it. Of course, Chris Carr, who has done voice acting for a long time, but she's on the John Campea show from time to time. And apparently she does a great job. I'm really looking forward to this. So, if you're interested, you got 17 days to do it. I'll probably bring it up next week too, because like I said, I'm a fan. And yeah, I think it sounds awesome. It's a noir story done in a radio drama in 5.1. I think that's an awesome idea. It's awesome. Don't what? My vape tastes weird at the moment since I got some juice from a coworker, and I think it was called Sweet Tobacco. Wonder what's sweet about it. Is it like they just throw some like cherry in it or something? Like what? Don't what? Just don't. I'll listen if they talk like this. She-ya. What is that? What is that? Is that Sean Connery? That's so rad. Been listening to a lot of radio shows in Fallout 76. That sounds amazing. Hey, I think it sounds cool. Again, just look up True Noir. And like I said, I've been into, I just recently purchased some noir stories from Dashiell Hammett. Been watching quite a few true, like noir movies. So yeah, don't shirt. Thank you, Cosmo. That clears it up. That clears it right up. But hey, let's get into some of the movies that I've been watching. Huh? Yeah? Okay. Here we go. First up, The Sand Pebbles. And look at that cast. That's quite a cast. Steve McQueen, Richard Attenborough, Richard Crenna, Candice Bergen. Here's the thing. The reason that I purchased this is because I told you that I was watching Conan the Barbarian. Mako is in Conan the Barbarian. I thought he was awesome. And looking up to see what other things other than Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon, the amazing cartoon. If you haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, I mean, come on, you got to go see it. Anyway, I was looking up other movies that he'd been in and learned that he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for this movie. And I'm like, really? I've never even heard of it. Yeah. So that was 1966 Academy Awards. So this is an older movie. This is 3 hours. And boy, do you feel it. Not my favorite movie, okay? So the year prior, the same director made Sound of Music. Won a ton of Academy Awards. This comes out. It's nominated for a ton of awards. Doesn't win any, to my knowledge. He might have won one. But, again, it's fine. It was a fine movie, but I was also kind of like, okay, when's this going to be over? Okay, got an hour and a half left. Great. It's just not my favorite. Steve McQueen does put up a pretty good performance, I got to say. Richard Attenborough, without his British accent. This is, of course, Richard Attenborough that's him on the right. And you might know him as, Hammond from Jurassic Park. Yeah. The Spared No Expense. Yeah, that guy. That's him. No British accent to be found. Very interesting. And of course, you know, Richard Crenna. I love Richard Crenna. But yeah, this is not my favorite. Not my favorite. Uh Silver Shroud. I don't even know what Silver Shroud is. Yeah, see? You'll never take me alive, copper. Yeah. McQueen, Ambro, Crenna. Yeah. Dick Tracy was my first noir. Saw it in theaters. I was 5. You know what? I think Dick Tracy absolutely counts. Absolutely counts as a noir movie. And it's a fun one. I still like it. Where's the 4K though? Next movie that I watched, Brotherhood of the Wolf. We talked about this briefly last week. Yes, I mean, really, it's got Mark Dacascos in it. That's him right there. Uh, and it also is sort of apparently the makers of Bloodborne were highly inspired by this film. Wow, this film is messy, but gorgeous. In 4K, this movie is gorgeous. So look, I'm glad that I bought it. I'm glad that I own it. I'm glad that I watched it again. It's gonna be a while before I do watch it again. But also, Monica Bellucci in 4K. Anyone? Hello? So anyway, it's a fun movie, but it's also kind of dumb. Okay? It's also kind of dumb. Just saying. Messy like Gangs in New York or like the way it's paced. Like it doesn't know what it wants to be. There's martial arts at the beginning, then it becomes a weird drama, and then it's a horror movie kind of, but then it turns into a martial arts movie again, and then it's all over the place. It's all over the place. But, you know, it's a French movie. And this was very, very popular back in the days when I was at Blockbuster. Man, people were going nuts over this movie. And I watched it and it was kind of like, And like I said, when it came out on 4K, I was like, I want to see that again. So I'm glad I have it. I'm glad I own it, but Now this one, again, controversy, right? All the controversy right now. And I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the first episode. And I have to say, this is beautiful. This looks so good in 4K on the player in there. It looks fantastic. Of course, this is the entire first season from Netflix. You might say, but Rob, don't you have Netflix? Can't you just watch it on Netflix? But look, it's still a great show, still a great story, you know? It is. And I'm glad I own this. I do want to watch the whole thing eventually again, but I was like, I got a lot of things to watch. I just wanted to look at the quality, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I'm still looking forward to season 2. I mean, regardless of the thing. Now, I do want to. Let me see if this works. If I click this, yes, and I can do this and then this, yes, awesome. So, the next movie was a digital movie. Sorry I told you about that, Rob. No, Rufus. I mean, this is one of those things that would have come up eventually. I would have found it. But it is very, especially when you read the multiple. I mean, look, there's just Neil Gaiman has multiple offenses, I should say. And when you read about them, you're like, yuck. Especially for a guy who, he almost, in The Sandman, he almost preaches being good. It's like a man that acts that morally through his art should know better than to do the things that he's done. But, hey. Just saying. But this movie that I watched, this is Beyond the Sandman. This is a movie that I watched on HBO Max or Max, whatever. because I'd heard a lot of good things about it. I heard it was very interesting, very different. And of course, it's not a sequel, it's not a reboot, it's not a remake. So I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. Love Lies Bleeding. Now, there's going to be people that automatically are going to hate this movie. Here's the thing. I was pretty on board with this movie all the way up until the last act. The last act single-handedly just it wrecked me in a way that was not a good wrecked. You know what I mean? It kind of ruined the whole thing for me. But I will say that Kristen Stewart, man, she's really good. You may not like some of the choices she makes as an actor, but man, she's really good. She's really good. I was very impressed. Very impressed. Katie O'Brien was actually really good too. But it was just the whole movie was just kind of like, I am so not these people, you know? And I so don't live in this kind of world. So it was kind of fascinating. But it just, again, it just kind of ruined it for me. So I have to say, Love Lies Bleeding would be like, because that's the problem, is it had me. It's yet another A24 movie that I saw this year, the first being Civil War, where it had me the whole time. And then all of a sudden, the last act happens and it lost me. So I don't know. I can't even say that it's really worth watching. I don't know. It's hard to say. But there you go. Love Lies Bleeding. The next movie on the list is another movie that I watched on Max. Talked about it earlier. Okay, here's the thing. This is on Max right now. I would highly recommend that if you have any interest in the Western genre, you need to give this a shot. You need to give it a shot. Because the second time, I liked the movie really well the first time I watched it in the theater. This time, I pretty much loved it, and I want more. I want more of this movie, of this story. It worked so much better for me, and I think most of it is just because the first time you watch a movie, you're being bombarded by visuals and all that. You don't know where the story's going. This time, I knew where the story was going. I enjoyed it a lot. I want to watch this movie again and again. And also, if you're a Western fan, it's got a thing that almost feels like Westerns to me, like a good Western is almost like a warm blanket. They're just comfy and I love watching them. Old ones, bad ones. Like I've watched plenty of really bad Westerns, like on Tubi and stuff. I've watched them and I enjoy them, right? Even bad ones. What was that one? I can't even remember the one I watched. That it was so bad. But it was almost in a weird Sergio Leone kind of way that I don't know. I loved it. This one, man, it works so much better the second time. So I say, if you're a fan of Westerns, give Horizon a shot. And I love the fact that Kevin Costner, once again, I said this in my review, and it's even more apparent the second time. He stands back and lets the other actors perform, and it's great. It's great. It's great to see him do that. So anyway, I'm going to get off of the Horizon kick, but I highly recommend you see it. Even though Chapter 2 did not come out on August 16th, and no telling if it is going to come out. But there you go. I love... Oh, L.A. Noire game is really interesting. That type of story is... Yes, Ninjitsu. Yes. I didn't finish L.A. Noire. I own it, but I never finished it. It is an interesting game for sure. And I mean, it's noir stuff. It's cool. I love the 30s gangster movies like The Roaring Twenties with James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart. Also, The Public Enemy, 1931 Scarface, Little Caesar, The Public Enemy, Bullets or Ballots, and more. Look, noir is awesome, and I love the 30s gangster movies too. I haven't watched a ton of those. Like, I don't know if I've seen a bunch of them because, okay, here's the thing. My aunt used to watch a lot of classic movies when she would, she'd pick me up after school, and during the summertime I would spend like most of the day over there. My dad would take me over there and then he would pick me up on his way home from work. So I would spend multiple days a week over at my aunt's house, and she'd watch a bunch of classic movies and I'd watch them with her. And the first one that I watched, that, because, as a kid, this is when I was like 9 years old. When you're a kid and you're watching movies and you want to watch a movie, you want to watch something new, you want to watch something in color, right? And the first one that she showed me was The Uninvited. It's not a gangster movie, it's not a noir movie, it's a haunted house movie, it's a ghost movie, ghost story. It's the first ghost story, one of the first ghost stories ever put on film. And I'm like, I don't watch this. And then I watched it. I sat down and I watched it, and it's a great movie. And it's one that I bought on the Criterion Collection because I loved it that much. And I actually bought it for her. I bought it for her. I don't know if she's ever watched it because I don't know if she even has a Blu-ray player or a DVD player. But anyway, my point is, I watched a lot of those movies. I don't remember a whole lot of them. But I remember watching them, and I remember thinking, I need to not think that just because it's black and white, it can't be good. There's a ton of black and white movies that are kind of crap. They're not great. But that's every genre. That's every time period. There's crappy movies that come out today. There's amazing movies that come out today. So it's the same thing. So right on, Shozama. And keep posting. Man, I love seeing your posts. Even though there's movies that I'm like, I don't even know I've never heard of that. But I love that you love it, and that's great. And yeah, dude, when I watch Double Indemnity in 4K, beautiful. Beautiful. So yes, Yoshitaka Amano Sandman covers are amazing as a huge Final Fantasy fan. Yeah, they are very pretty. Red Dead made me a huge Western fan. When I die, I'm spawning in the 1800s. I mean, if there's a choice. If there's a choice. The concept artist for Final Fantasy did some covers for it. Yes. Yes. LA Noire in VR. I didn't even know that was a thing. My first TV in my room was black and white. Color is overrated. I mean, I don't know about that. But, dude, watching some of those old movies, some of them are great. Some of them are really great. Watch Casablanca. If you haven't seen Casablanca, seriously, if you haven't seen Casablanca, it needs to be number one on your watch list. You need to watch that movie. A lot of people will say, oh, watch Citizen Kane. Sure, I get it. I understand it. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. I agree with that. But I think Casablanca is one of those movies that it's black and white, but it's timeless. It's an amazing movie. And I would also say Double Indemnity might be a good one too. Just saying. D. Mitchie Lowe. How's it going? Oh, Michael. Michael? Hi. I butchered your name, but welcome. When I went to my aunt's house, we would go down the road to see to some lady's house who had a living room full of VHS. We rented movies from her, which looking back was weird. Rural West Virginia. It's not weird. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm sure that if we were in a more neighborly time, I don't know the names of these people that live next to me. I know these people, but I haven't met these people. I mean, I've met them, but I don't know their names or anything. We don't talk. I don't know the people. I mean, I've talked to people across the street, but I don't know their names. I don't know anything about them. But if, back in those days, I would say from the 90s prior, a lot of people knew their neighbors. They talked to everybody. They went outside. They were cooking, grilling, and all that stuff, right? You meet people. I don't know a lot of those people, but I'm sure people could be coming over and borrowing discs if they knew. If they knew that this was here, they would probably be there. Old Godzilla movies. You know, they're bringing out Godzilla in 4K, the original Godzilla in 4K from the Criterion Collection. I think I'm going to be getting that one for sure. Citizen Kane's a banger for a late run black and white. It's beautiful. Beautiful movie. Beautiful. Dan Trachtenberg's next Predator movie, Badlands, is now filming. Apparently, it takes place in the future. Interesting. I do need to watch Casablanca. Yeah, you do. Seriously, it's a timeless movie. It doesn't feel like super old-timey, but it's just, you go, oh my God, Humphrey Bogart was like the coolest son of a bitch around. It's such a good movie. Godzilla minus one minus color was great. I still haven't watched it minus color, but Clerks. It's Griffian. Oh, that's right. Yes. Hi, sir. Sorry. Yeah, man, it was the 80s. Yeah. Clerks would be just as good as if it was just audio, but also a banger late run black and white flick. Oh, if it was just audio, yeah. So what are your thoughts on Leave Her to Heaven? Didn't we talk about that we talked about that last week, didn't we? Did I talk? I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. I liked it. It's not my favorite noir movie, and it's in color, which is a little strange, but beautifully shot, beautifully acted. I did enjoy it. I'm glad I own it, but I'm also like, I probably could have just watched that on, like, if it was on Max, I probably could have just watched it on Max and not worried about buying it. It's not one that I would have, like, now having seen it, I probably wouldn't have bought it, if that makes sense. But still, I liked it. I liked it pretty well. I mean, and an iconic scene, right? Just the cover with the sunglasses and the what happens and the whoa, okay? It was cool, but not my favorite. You know what I mean? That's where Kevin fell off. He forgot his specialty is dialogue. I don't know, man. Dogma. I want Dogma in 4K. Because it's his best looking movie, too. But anyway, let's move on. I have 3 more movies that I watched. 3. Even though this one is a set with 2 movies, the first one was not good, so I didn't bother with the second one. Long Arm of the Law. Now, this one is one of these movies that it was a complete blind buy, or as Dieter and Rob over on Let's Get Physical Media, they say a cat in the bag. This was a cat in the bag. And I got to say, I did not like it. I thought it was bad. I didn't connect with any of the characters, and it was awkward and weird, and I didn't like it. So I'm glad I didn't spend a ton of money on this, but it has both movies, Long Arm of the Law and Long Arm of the Law Saga 2. Not great. In my opinion, not great. Just saying, not great. So, there you go. Next movie is a movie I've talked about many times. It's another movie like Horizon that I tried to champion. I can understand why people don't like it. I really can, but I love it. I love everything about this movie. And in 4K on this player, holy poop nuggets. That's right. I said that. Holy poop nuggets. This movie looked amazing and sounded just as good. The creator. I know there's going to be people that say, this movie, I didn't connect with it or whatever. I got to tell you, watching this again, because I hadn't seen it. I saw it the first time in the theater, but I hadn't seen it since. Seeing it again, it made me emotional. And I think John David Washington did a killer job. A killer job. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he's just cardboard cutout. He's just blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. I disagree. I think there's a lot going on in his performance that's not just him acting. It's the looks on his face. It's the anguish. I'm telling you, this movie looks and sounds insane. And watching the special features, this is another one where Um, Look, it's made me a huge fan of Gareth Edwards, and I want to see everything this guy does, and I'm going to champion this guy till the end of time. The way that this movie was made, it was made very cheaply. If you watch any of this, dude, seriously, God, there's only one special feature, and it's a documentary. It's about an hour long, and it's fantastic because it shows how this movie was made, and it's so good. It's so good, and it's also like there are no scenes that look, because so many movies, right, with CG these days, they look, you can see the seams, and it looks bad. There is not a single shot of CG in this movie that looks bad. It looks it looks like it was made for 200 million. So just like Godzilla minus one, which was made even cheaper, just like Godzilla minus one, this movie looks double the budget. This movie was made for what, 80 million? I think it was 80 or 100. I can't remember. But it wasn't made for very much, and it looks insane. I love this movie, and I'm probably going to watch this many more times. This is a movie that I will watch multiple times. And this is just a gorgeous set too. I love the way that it almost looks like a steelbook, but it's not. But I love seriously, the presentation on this movie is so great. So great. And I'm just going to say it. They used a Radiohead song in the movie, and I had it cranked when I was watching it. It gave me chills, dude. I was sitting there going, "Oh my God, it was so good." Half the cost of the Acolyte. I'm not sure. I feel like I was misspeaking there. Let me see. The creator budget. 80 million. I was right. It was 80 million. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, half the cost of the Acolyte. Wow. Wow. Looking over at my snowtrooper army, I'm reminded my computer hasn't been cleaned in over a year. Didn't care for Long Arm of the Law. Yeah, me neither. Such an interesting film. Are you talking about the creator? That strange darling Red Letter Media was talking about on their last show sounded pretty good. It's funny you say that, Ted. Funny you should say that. Leave Her to Heaven was good, but the better Gene Tierney movie is Laura, 1944. Recommended digital buy. It's in black and white, HD, and if you like it, track down the out of print 20th Century Fox Blu-ray. Excellent. Excellent. Avoid description, trailer, and summaries. Shozama? X. You're speaking my language, buddy. Because you did that to me with Out of the Past. We all know how that went. Out of the Past was amazing. But seriously, the creator, so good. So good. I love it. I love it so much. Laura. Gene Tierney. What an she was a very, very interesting looking woman. Like moments of beautiful, and then moments of like, wow, what a strange looking woman. But hey, very attractive too, though. And this is Shozama/Max. Thank you. Which one? Which Radiohead song? Everything in its right place. And in Dolby Atmos, chills, man. Chills all over. I had them on my plums. You might have to have that looked at, Rob. If you've got stuff on your plums. But I'm just saying, it was awesome. And again, sometimes, and it's something I've realized about myself. Not about plums, but about movies. That sometimes a movie might not work 100%. But if it's got a great score, if it's got great verisimilitude, if I believe the world, if it looks great, sounds great, technically, it can push things over the edge for me. If Bucho were here, which he's not, but if Bucho were here, he would say again that this movie that I'm talking about is pretty bad. But I love it. That's Prometheus. I know Prometheus has got tons of issues, but it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I love the score. There are so many things that I love about that movie. The few problems that I have with the story, who cares? I'm having a great time watching it. The Creator is one of those movies that I thought, since I'd seen so many bad reviews for it and people saying, "Oh, it just, I've seen it so many other times, whatever, whatever." But it's the way that the world is built. It's again, I was pulled in by John David Washington in this movie. I loved it. I watching it again, I love it even more. If I'd seen it twice, it would have been definitely in my top 5, because The Creator came last year, right? I think it did. 2023. Yeah. It would have been in my top movies of the year. Great movie. But anyway. Why isn't he making more Star Wars movies? Who? I'm not sure who you're talking about. I can't remember what we were talking about that you said that. It's like when the developers for old NES stuff had to work within the limitations. Some of these movies that have to work within budgets are doing amazing things. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's one of the biggest problems with Hollywood today is, well, I've got a lot to say about that. But I've got something here in just a minute that's even closer to the point. Gene Tierney is Robert Osborne's favorite actress. I mean, look, I can understand that. Yeah, Kid A track 1, hell of a tune, gives me goosebumps by itself. I know it. But in Atmos, dude, it's great. Bucho is right there on screen. You mean Bucho? Or Alien? Ah! I went the other way. We don't need those. Oh, Gareth Edwards. Well, Gareth Edwards didn't have the best experience making a Star Wars film. So I don't know. That's a good, I mean, actually, yeah, I should have put that together. That Gareth Edwards, yeah, is who you were talking about. But no, I don't know why. But mostly it's probably because Lucasfilm, I think they're in trouble, man. I think they're in trouble. With The Acolyte doing so poorly. Skeleton Crew is next, right? I hope Skeleton Crew is good. I think the trailer looks great. Andor Season 2 is probably going to be a banger, but we'll see. So, yeah. Derek, what's going on? Prey was pretty good, but the whole victim character development was 6 J's out of 9. I liked it though. See, that's another one that I need to see again. And I want to get the 4K. Because I want to support the things that I like, I watched a bunch of the Alien movies, Prometheus as well, leading up to the new one that just came out. Really liked Romulus, by the by. I'm glad. I liked it a lot too. But I definitely had problems with it. I mean, if you saw my review, I got problems with it. And then the more that I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, a lot of the people that don't like it, I completely get it. I completely understand. When your movie ends up almost feeling like a greatest hits collection instead of just standing on its own and being its own thing. But again, I liked it. It's just, it could have been better. Ninjinzu. I like looking at movies to take me into their world. I can be in and out so quick if it doesn't feel good with the story. Yeah. And for me, I totally get that. And there are movies that I've talked about before that have really connected with me. And I think it's part of it is that I am a little bit more forgiving when it comes to story issues or things not happening exactly the way I would like it. For example, Inception. A lot of people like Inception, but I love Inception. I've seen Inception probably more than any movie, except for maybe Speed Racer, in the last 20 years. I've seen Inception an incredible amount of times. Like, so many times it's kind of embarrassing. Okay? I love that movie. But to me, it's everything. It's the acting, it's the score, it's the way that everything comes together, it's the way it's shot. There's so many moments of just like, holy shit, that was so amazing. But again, many people, they look at Christopher Nolan and they say, I don't connect with his characters because I feel cold, right? Not me. Inception is a fantastic film. I love it. And that definitely was my favorite movie of that year, whatever year that was. Doesn't matter what else came out that year. That was my favorite movie of the year. Guaranteed. No other movie comes close in that year. And it's probably still one of my favorite movies. It's just I love it. But again, part of that is that the score I connect with that score. The creator is another one. Hans Zimmer, by the way, who also did Inception. For whatever reason, Hans Zimmer, I connect with that dude, and his scores really touch something in me. Like, and it makes me, it's almost like it's reaching in with non-formed, like almost ghost hands, and it's pulling my rib cage forward. That's almost like descriptively gross, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's pulling me into the story, and I love it. I love it. So pretty much if Hans Zimmer did the score, I'm almost guaranteed that I'm going to like it. It's just the way it is. So take that, naysayers. Bucho. There you go. There is Bucho. Welcome, Bucho. Got the Advanced Collection. Didn't hear the DS Collection. Yes. I want to see that Castlevania thing. Yes. I want to get it. Last DVD I bought was Over the Garden Wall. Yeah, the DS Collection came out today, actually. Yeah, just there you go. There, yeah, Ricky's talking all about it. Well, now Ted, now look. It's not that, okay? Because if you look at the directors of Skeleton Crew and Andor, and well, at least one of the supposedly upcoming Star Wars movies, there is white people involved as well. You got to get over that, man. You just, I'm sorry, but you got to get over that, right? I mean, it's just, there are going to be things that work and there are going to be things that don't work. Stop seeing things in color and stop seeing things in, gender, or even if it's not even a gender thing. Just judge it on its own merits and don't, because that's especially if you're a Star Wars fan, that's the road to the dark side, man. And look, I think most people are trying to, they're trying real hard to be the shepherd. You know what I'm saying? So just, I mean, look, I get it. I understand that there's a lot of people out there that believe that crap. I'm not one of them. So I'll just say, look, keep that stuff to yourself. I'm just going to put my foot down and just say, yeah, just keep that stuff to yourself. Because I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff on the stream with a bunch of people in here, and we're all chilling, Why bring that stuff up? Because to me, almost all of that stuff is there to just separate us once again. And I don't think that's what this show's about. So let's just not talk about that stuff, okay? Cool? Cool. Yeah, the Dominus collection. Yes. I need to get that. And yeah, we were just talking about you, Bucho. There are problems, but I had fun. Yes. Uh, let's see. I agree people love Conception, but I don't. Inception. Inception. Not Conception. Those are two different things. All right, Ted. Uh There's your warning. I'm not playing. It's not that kind of show. So if you want to push me, go ahead. You got 5 minutes to think about it. To think about what you're going to do next. I appreciate you, Ted. I really do. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching, all of that stuff. But I will ban you from this fucking channel. You understand me? Don't play with me. Because I don't deal with that. All right? And everybody else, everybody chill. All the other mods, which there are a lot, let's be honest. But everybody chill. It's between me and Ted. So if Ted's got 5 minutes, or less than 5 minutes now, if he wants to push me, I will push the button. Okay? So there you go. All right. Bringing it back. Was watching some VFX guys watch Honey, I Blew Up the Baby, point out all the practical effects. We really had something special before computers took all our creativity. I mean, I think what it is it's just like any tool, you know? I think that any tool can be misused. Just like even George Lucas, back on the From the Star Wars to Jedi making of a saga, he even said so many directors, sci-fi directors, they get in this mode where they want to show off all the work that they put into their sets and their matte paintings and all that stuff, but it's all about the story. And you should always make story your number one priority, right? But even he has fallen into that with the prequels. He got so in love with all that stuff that it almost ruined those movies. For some people, it did ruin it. But I don't think so. I think that visual effects, CG, when used properly, is amazing. It's just amazing stuff. So, yeah. This is a good example where I feel like every bit of that CG was to serve the story. It wasn't, hey, look at this beautiful thing we made. You know what I mean? But anyway, so it's just another tool, and as long as you use it as such, focus on your story. Nothing should nothing should get in the way of the story. Whether it's nudity, sex scenes, stuff like that. It could be action scenes. There are action scenes that completely take over the movie. But there you go. Eon has reportedly started meeting with directors for the next James Bond movie. One person high on their radar is All Quiet on the Western Front director Edward Berger. Interesting. I did not know that. I mean, that's one of those situations where, look, I love the Bond franchise, but I don't care until it's here. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's just how I look at it. Because who knows what it's going to be. And who knows what direction they're going to take it now. Because it's going to have to be a new Bond, right? So that would be interesting, though. I mean, he seems to be pretty good at what he does. By the way. Yeah, let's keep it about entertainment. That Castlevania Dominus collection is only $24.99. Yeah, I want to get that. Watching anything else? Yes, but I want to get caught up real quick. That's cheap considering the DS versions of the games are more than that each, right? $24.99, and I think you can get them on like everything, right? I'm not sure about like Steam. Is it on Steam? That would be interesting. Uh, but no, I think it'd probably still get on the Switch. But I think it's available on every system, which is great. It is on Steam. See, there you go. That's awesome. Harmony of Dissonance. Yeah, that one I could never really get into it. I mean, I still it's okay, but I don't know, it just didn't connect with me as much as like Aria of Sorrow. You know, Aria of Sorrow is the one that just, I mean, dude, I played that game so many times, so many hours in that game. I don't wish we went back to no CG. Just think it's cool how much we had to try hard back then. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, look at Jaws. Jaws is a great example. The damn shark would not work, and look at what came out of it. I mean, I think it's an amazing movie. You know. Uh, Never finished it. It's great. I have Aria of Sorrow, such a rad game. First one to grab me like Symphony of the Night. I love that movie. I love that game. I want HD remasters, not remakes, but I'm not opposed to them. The PS2 Castlevania's Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness. Yeah, I think it's on everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. My friend downloaded it to his hacked Switch. I'm waiting for physical release. I mean, I understand that. I mean, I totally get that. I just, I don't know. I guess it's just because I'm not as much of a gamer as I am a movie guy. But at the same time, I mean, I have my Steam Deck, so you know, if they took it away from me, I'm okay. But anyway, Dissonance is my least played one, but Circle of the Moon and Aria of Sorrow are, man, yeah. I've never played a good 3D Castlevania. Neither have I, but that doesn't mean that they can't be good. I want it now, so I'm gonna get it, and if it gets a physical, then I'll buy it again. That's the way it goes. So the last movie on the list that I watched this week, I watched the movie, the director's cut, then I watched the commentary, then I watched all the special features because I love this movie. JFK. And it's so weird being into all of the alien stuff, the UFO stuff. I mean, anybody see Lou Elizondo's, freaking run? Sorry that came off wrong. I was just trying to reinforce your point. I apologize. Okay, Ted. But, like I said, I mean, it's obvious, right? I don't play that game here. I don't believe that there is a woke movement. So let's not discuss that. Because I don't want to discuss that. Because I think it comes from a place of hate, and I don't like that. I'm not about that. Anyway, wow. The way that this movie starts is from Eisenhower talking about the dangers of letting the military get too big and too strong and all that stuff. It was so weird. It was kind of like I saw the parallels between, the fact that we don't know anything, the disclosure hasn't happened, and then what happened with Kennedy. Man, what an amazing, again, the movie's great. The movie's really great. It's not 100% accurate. Oliver Stone admitted that on his commentary. There are some things that happen in the movie that didn't happen in real life, but they could have happened, is what he says. But yeah, it's fantastic. Director's cut is great. It's got, does it say how long the two versions are? Yeah, from 188 minutes, which is already really long, to 205 minutes. But it doesn't feel like it. This movie flies by for me. But yeah, this includes the director's cut on 4K, the director's cut on Blu-ray, the original theatrical cut on Blu-ray, and then a disc of special features. This is an amazing set. Shout Select. And I've showed this off before, but I love this detail. "4K, Blu-ray, special features, red, white, blue." I just think that's really sharp and just a nice touch. Visual touch. And again, Donald Sutherland's freaking Donald Sutherland's look, the movie's already really good. I'm into the movie. I really like it. But then Donald Sutherland comes in, kicks the door in, and shows, you want to see some good acting? Here's good acting. And he talks for almost 20 straight minutes, and it is captivating. It's an amazing scene. I highly recommend this movie. I think it's great. And it's definitely Oliver Stone's best movie, in my opinion. And he's made some great ones. But that's my favorite. Let me see. I played the end of Dracula X a million times, never played it. Thanks, Symphony of the Night. Oh, Dracula X Chronicles. And it is a fat case, but it's worth it because it's got, 4 discs to it. It's a pretty good set. The one thing I will say about Shout is that, for what this is, it feels really light and almost it almost feels cheap. Even the, you can't really see them very well, but the Shaw Brothers box sets that I have, they feel really light for how much is in there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Pretty slick. It is a pretty slick case, I gotta say. The beginning of Symphony of the Night is the end battle from Dracula X. Oh, I didn't know that. Wait, which one got me the... Well, it was more about the whole attitude of woke stuff that you've been saying all night. Ted. Just trying to be funny, but I do apologize. Yeah, here's the thing. I just don't think that stuff's funny because, again, I think it comes from a place of hate. So I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff because it's pointless. I love everybody, you know what I mean? But I also hate everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of this is just the point. I'll make this point and then I'll be done. Okay. The Acolyte. People are going on and on about, what was Leslie Headland? Is she lesbian or is she non-binary? I don't know what the deal is. Oh, well, that's what you get for hiring a director like that. Oh, that's what you get for making a black girl the lead. Oh, that's what you get for this and that, blah, 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 right? And then on the other side, you've got people saying, well, we finally get a story that speaks to us, and they cancel it. And it's no, guys. Okay. You're hating it because of, because there's not white guys. And then these people love it because there's people that look like them. And they both got it wrong. I'm sorry. They both got it wrong. The show was canceled because it sucks and nobody wanted to watch it. Period. So throw all that other bullshit out of the window. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I thought the show is a 4 or 5 out of 10 at best. Maybe a 6 out of 10 if they were fighting. But everything else was bad. Okay? I'm sorry. It was poorly written, poorly edited. Acting was pretty okay for what they had to do. It all came from that script, and I thought the script sucked. The editing sucked. The shows would end on not a question, but almost mid-sentence. Terribly put together. That's the reason why the show was canceled. And the fact that nobody was watching it and they saw that their numbers tank. They could barely get in the top 10 on the finale. That's the reason the show was canceled. Forget all the other bullshit. That's the reason. Comes down to money. This is not... That's it. So anyway, that's just one of those things that I just can't stand hearing these people talk. So I don't think that any of that is funny or worthy of our attention. If somebody comes out with it, okay, it's going to happen. There will be videos that talk about, oh, blah, 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 this next Star Wars thing is bad because of X character, X person, whatever. If they're not talking about the story, they don't matter. They're just trying to get your click. And I don't want to grow a channel based on hate. I want to grow a channel based on what I'm saying. As in I'm trying to bring the love of movies back and the love of everything. Looking at things from a perspective of appreciation rather than hate. Anyway, that's it. That's it. Surprised they never did a Castlevania movie. Yeah, they did. They did do the animated series, which I thought was great. I mean, it was okay. I say great. It was good. Castlevania was good. It wasn't good enough to buy. It's not like Arcane, which I have the 4K of Arcane on pre-order. Just saying, which is another reason why I'm broke. But there you go. And Ted, look, here's the thing. I get it. Man, you're talking to a guy who has done that so many times in his life that I'm trying to, it's again, just like the end of Pulp Fiction. I'm trying, some days I have my days where I want to say the things, but I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd, right? And I don't want to put that out there, you know, that kind of stuff out there. And I don't want to discuss it. If it comes up every now and then in natural conversation, sure. But that's different. Exactly, Griffian. It could just be a terrible show. And that's exactly, to me, what it was. Which is why I understand why people stop watching it, you know? So I hope that Skeleton Crew is good. I miss having great Star Wars, damn it, but I will keep watching them in hopes of them being good. That's kind of the way that I look at it. You know, I never want them to be bad. And in fact, I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, there's some things that it's not really connecting with me, but it's got potential. And then it started. So that was the problem. I want more Star Wars stuff, but I want it to be good. Exactly. And season 2 of Arcane. Ooh. They got some shoes to fill on that, because holy crap, that first season is amazing. Castlevania was good enough for Blu-ray on sale, but not 4K prices. I mean, there you go. You know, if it was on set, sure. Yeah, maybe. But, I bought the complete 94 Fleer Spider-Man the Animated Series trading cards. Every block of 9 cards makes an image. I'm going to frame them. It was only like $60. Wow. Yeah, you'll spend more on the frames. It's exactly what happened with my Star Wars guy up there. You know? I spent more on the frame job, which either sounds dirty or criminal depending on how you... Anyway, I spent more on the framing than I did on the actual art. But... Oh, yeah, Ted, we're good, man. As long as you understand where I'm coming from, and you know, just... You're like, ha, okay, wait a minute. You know, maybe put it through that filter of, okay, Rob got a frame job. I mean, yeah. A Goonies feel-good Star Wars show? I mean, it could be great. It could, seriously, it could be just as crap as anything else. But I'm hoping for the best. And it definitely has the look, which I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Dude, my voice is already going. Okay, it has been 2 hours. All right. I did get one thing in this week. Goonies need the same team that did Cobra Kai. I don't know about that. Wait, Goonies? What do you mean? Yes, Rufus, absolutely. This isn't Minecraft. No, it is not. The Goonies TV show they're making. Are you serious? They're making a Goonies TV show? I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Ooh. Just finished a great book, The Lies of Locke Lamora. Terrible language, but man, the story was crazy. Griffian. I read the whole series, The Gentleman Bastards. I loved every single one of them. And I would highly recommend, if you have the ability, if you get yourself a library card and your library card has, like a digital storefront type thing, get the audiobook as well. The audiobook is fantastic for The Gentleman Bastards. I listened to the whole thing that way. It was amazing. I read along. That's another thing. I mean, I brought this up many, many times, but one of my favorite ways to read is to have the audiobook going as I'm reading it. Dude. Awesome. Oh, you bought the audiobook. Okay, well then you know. Amazing. I love it. Love it. That was just a minor blip, bro. Your voice sounds strong. Like you got a good 5 hours in you for sure. Bucho? I think my earlier post got blocked. Check out my pickup on Discord physical area. Oh, well, no. I said I would check it out. I just haven't, like right now. We're in the middle of our stuff, Matt Walls, good to see you. Is Goonies really good to today's society? I never hear younger people talk about it. Yeah, and that's the problem, I think, Ricky. I mean, you kind of want... Like, everybody's looking to do the Top Gun thing, right? Oh, bring back something from the mid-'80s, and oh man, it's going to make $1 billion. Yeah, but you got to make it good. I don't know. But I did get this in today. Highly sought after and sold out for a long time. I found it. Reasonable price. Picked it up. It's Chinatown in 4K. Paramount Pictures. And of course, it does include the 2 Jakes. So this is the one that sold out that everybody wanted and couldn't get, including me. I was able to get it. And I think it's available on Amazon. Or it was available on Amazon, which is where I got it. So, if you're interested, there you go. Chinatown's a great movie. It's on our list, the AFI list. April has not seen this yet. So, it's cool that I have the 4K. It's cool that I have the 2 Jakes. This is what I wanted, and I got it. So, there you go. Now, while we're talking about physical media, I wanted to bring up a couple of things, a couple of physical media announcements this week, some today. The Blair Witch Project from Second Sight. Now, as you know, Second Sight is one of the best boutique Blu-ray / 4K out there. Like, their sets are God tier sets, okay? Blair Witch is one of those movies some people like it. I saw it in the theater pre-release. So I saw this at a special screening before the movie came out officially. I loved it, and it was so fun to watch when it came out. And of course, their rollout, their insane promotion for this movie was like, oh my God, people thought this was real. And it's a great movie. And of course, it made a ton of money based on a very, very small budget. And what they did is they went back to the source, and this is going to be on Blu-ray, not 4K. This is a 1080p presentation of the original, and they boosted the original elements, all that kind of stuff. They said this is the way that this movie was always meant to be seen. The problem is this is only available in the UK. And you might say, well, I'll just have it imported. Well, it's a Region B release from Second Sight, which means if you don't have a Region B player or some way to get the data off of the disc, you're going to be out of luck if you don't have a region free player or a Region B player. So that's the big bummer with this one. The UB820 has a region free trick. Vinny, I must know about this trick because I also own the Thing Region B release. This was before the 4Ks came out. I have the Thing from Arrow Video Region B Tell me this. Tell me this. Tell me this. I want to know. But anyway, the Blair Witch, Second Sight. And if you want to, hit me up on Discord or whatever, DM me, whatever, man. I would love to know. If there is a trick, I would love to know. But also from Second Sight, Late Night with the Devil. Now, again, I've said it before, man. I'm all about, I don't freaking need all the lobby cards. I don't need the books. I don't need anything. But I love Second Sight. Like Second Sight, they put together the most beautiful boxes. And I want, seriously, if I could buy every single Second Sight release, I would. But I don't have that kind of money. Okay. I only have one currently. I have one Second Sight release, and that is Drive. This Drive 4K set. And it's gorgeous. And ever since, I'm like, Second Sight is the shit. Okay? They're awesome. But again, Late Night with the Devil in 4K. So if you want this, I believe with Second Sight, they also, like Arrow, they put their special features on the 4K disc. I don't know if you've noticed this. If you own 4K discs, a lot of times you'll have the movie on its own, and then you'll have the Blu-ray with all the special features. It'll have the movie, but it'll also have all the special features. I believe Second Sight puts all the special features on the 4K, but you might want to look into it just to make sure if you don't have a region-free player or you don't have a UB820, that may have a region-free trick or something. I didn't know about this, but I'm totally... Actually, you know what, Vinny? If this is available... Hey man, love the content. Keep this up. Griffian D. Michael. Hey! Thank you, Griffian. And you know what, Griffian? That is actually from the... what do you call it? That's from PayPal. Or Streamlabs. That's my Streamlabs. I think that's the first Streamlabs I've gotten in a long time. But anyway, dude, Griffian, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's very sweet of you to say that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Now I'm kind of curious. Did you send that like a long time ago? Because my Streamlabs lags like a lot. Okay, no, it says a minute ago. Okay. But thank you, man. I appreciate that. Just now. Okay, good. Because, man, sometimes my Streamlabs is kind of like, that just doesn't work, you know? Anyway. Late Night with the Devil, man. If you're interested, Second Sight, man. Or you can get it from Diabolic DVD, which is great. Great stuff. But here's a couple of other ones, and of course this comes from the Digital Bits, because Digital Bits, man, if you're at least in my opinion, if you're into physical media when it comes to movies, the Digital Bits has to be like in your bookmarks, right? It's got to be. But on Twitter, he announced today, the Terminator, here's the Steelbook. It's been announced. And it's coming soon. Street date TBA, but you can pre-order it now. Now here's the problem. A lot of people are worried because it's James Cameron. What's he going to do with the transfer? Blah, blah, blah. I did read some reviews earlier of the theater presentation, and they said that it does have grain. It's not nearly as DNR'd to death as some of the previous releases, but it definitely looks like a newer movie because of it. So keep that in mind. This is a day one for me. I'm buying it. Now I may not buy the Steelbook, but it's a day one for me. Yeah. And then, just in case, I saw him and I'm like, dude, do I need to get North by Northwest in 4K? I love Hitchcock. Cary Grant's amazing. This is a great movie. And of course it's got James Mason. And I love James Mason, right? By the way, has anybody seen Bill Hader's He said it was a video that I watched a long time ago, but it sticks in my head, and I do watch it from time to time. It's his Bill Hader, and it's James Mason impression when he's got an expired gift card to a donut shop, and he's like, I would like a dozen donuts, please, and also I would like excuse me, and he takes this is expired. Oh, I see. It's James Mason. I mean, look, James Mason is one of those guys. He's an actor that I love the way he does it. It's hilarious bit. Watch that. Just put Bill Hader, James Mason. It's hilarious if you're into that stuff. But I love James Mason. Anyway, and yes, I believe South by Southwest may be a reference to this. I never thought about that. But yes, North by Northwest. It's a great movie. It's in 4K. It's coming soon. And of course, Blazing Saddles in 4K. It's coming soon. Now, these are all the steelbooks, right? But I mean, there's also in every single case there is a standard edition, but those are all the steelbooks. What the steelbooks look like. I know. I say I just want the disc only, but that's what I pulled up. So there you go. And then Wolfman's Got Nards, coming from Kino Lorber on October 22nd. This is the documentary about the making of the Monster Squad. I have not seen this. I have not seen this movie or this documentary, but I kind of want to get it. And look, there's a ton of stuff on it. 88 minutes. How does a squad become a cult? How does a cult become a classic? It's all about the Monster Squad, and a lot of people, man, they talked a lot about this when it first came out. So there you go. Wolfman's Got Nards, coming soon from Kino Lorber. There you go. There you go. Now let me get caught up because holy crap, but I was going to say, Vinny, you don't have to worry about, you may have already sent me something, but I was going to say, I have the internet. I could probably just look it up, the UB820 trick, but I would definitely, let's see. I heard about it. It's about Sean Austin's character's kids or something. Oh, you're talking about Sean Astin's characters. The Goonies. I didn't know that. My kids, 15, 12, and 5, love the Goonies. There you go, Griffian. Yeah, there you go, Ricky, naysayer. How many people know about the Goonies? I'm just kidding. I recently learned the Goonies kid and Indiana Jones kid were the same kid, Ke Huy Quan. I was able to make a joke that I was proud of myself because not even the same Asian person looks the same to me. Wow. But he was also, dude, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Got his comeback. Won an Oscar. He was in Loki season 2, which I know there's a lot of people that don't like, the Disney Plus stuff, but man, I loved Loki. I thought Loki was awesome. And I thought he was awesome in Loki season 2. And he's going to be in something Star Wars coming up. So there's that. Yeah, Data. Ke Huy Quan. Short Round and Data, yeah. Of all the legacy cool movies of the last few years, are any better than Blade Runner 2049 and Top Gun Maverick? And which of those two is better? I'll tell you this. I love both. But 2049, in my opinion, because it's just a better movie. It's just a better all-around movie. I totally get if you like Maverick better. But 2049, man, come on. That movie's so good. It's good on its own. It took what was great about it, took the story elements, but it made its own thing. It wasn't just, I don't know. Maverick felt a little too, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And I love Maverick. I own Maverick. I own both of them. But I mean, 2049, it's just, he's not Brian Tachi, though. I mean, come on. Brian Tachi, I'll say this. I met Brontachi at was that Retropalooza? Or was that a different? No, that was Retropalooza. Amazing guy. Seriously, like such a friendly guy. Really, really enjoyed talking with him. I mean, seriously, talked with him for like 30 minutes. Good dude. Good dude. You put in a bunch. What? I'm just curious. Maybe a couple. Put a couple of your pre-orders in chat. What did you pre-order? Love the Blair Witch Project. We bought our copy from Blockbuster. They had like 100 copies. I have one of those somewhere. Don't I? I might have actually traded that one in because my biggest problem with the DVD when it first came out is they put that frame around, that rounded frame. Anyway, yeah. I remember people thinking it was real, dude. I was working at Blockbuster at the time. I had people arguing with me, telling me, "No, no, no. I saw the documentary about the making of it, and about how they got it and all that stuff, and all the real people that." And I'm like, no, "Those are actors. Those are actors." But again, it's one of those things where you can. It's easy to be fooled like that. I mean, it was holy crap, good. Forget about it. It's Chinatown. That's right. Forget about it, Jake. Forget it, Jake. But yeah, excited. Excited that I own that. I remember it back in the day, but for me, it was a one-time thing. I tried to watch it again, but got bored. Man, I think for me, it's one of those where it's like, wow, how ingenious of them to think of doing that, And the way that it all worked, it was good. Yeah, the second one, no. Imprint is also putting out the Blair Witch Project Collection November 24th, and Australia is good about working on Region A as well as Region B. Absolutely, Shozama. In fact, I have. Remember, I bought those. I bought the Stephen King collection, Blu-ray, Grindhouse Blu-ray, and Drag Me to Hell Blu-ray. I bought all those last year, all region free, all from Australia. Amazing stuff. Imprint does that. Imprint and Via Vision seem to do region free really nicely, which I like. Blair Witch stick things look like that 10 in kanji. I meant to sub to Shudder like I did with Flying Lotus's Kaiju. Yeah, Streamlabs, I know. The trick is immediately after pressing the stop button, press the top menu button. Oh, okay. Cool. I mean, I'm gonna try it. I've got a Region B right here to try. So, and I've got actually, so the Christopher Nolan collection right here. That's also from the UK. It comes with the 4Ks and the Blu-rays. I mean, I'm probably never gonna use the Blu-rays, but I put them in there just to look, just to check, and they work. So those were supposed to be Region B. I wonder if it says it on the back. Yeah, this has no region codes on it. So I think the listing that I got this from was just incorrect. Because, yeah, there are no region codes. It's a cool little set, man. I mean, if you're a fan of Nolan, this is a cool set. The 4Ks, the Blu-rays, the special features. It's great. Get in there now. Here we go. I think that's the special features. And it's just the second disc from the regular releases, I believe. Dark Knight. Yeah, Inception, Interstellar, Prestige. Good stuff. And the fact is, man, I still haven't watched. I want to watch these again. Not so much. I haven't watched these in 4K at all, I don't think. Like any of them. I think I put the Dark Knight in to see if it was the full frame. Like they open it up with the IMAX scenes, and they don't. I don't think. I could be wrong. But I wanted to watch Dunkirk, Interstellar, and The Prestige again, and I still haven't gotten around to watching them. Maybe I should put that on the stack to watch in the next couple of weeks or whatever. But thank you, Vinny. Thank you so much. Uh I haven't used bookmarks in years, like years, like Windows XP years. Yeah, but like, well, at least me, I've got my favorites, and they're all along the top of my browser window, so I can just click them like daily. Like click, oh, that's what's coming out today, or that's what's happening today, or you know what I mean? I get what you're saying. Mel Brooks for the win, right? Amazing stuff. Men in Tights. Forgot Chappelle was in there. I did watch that Robin Hood movie and like the 2 years prior Costner version. I love the Costner version though. I love it. Wow, I'm so far behind. Sorry. I'm sorry. Uh Still haven't seen the second season of Loki. I thought the second season was better than the first. I watched the first I watched the first season when it came out, and then I watched the first season again because my wife wanted to watch it again before the second season came out because she was like, I don't remember anything. I'm like, okay. We watched it, and I was like, man, this show's good. And then the second season just it kicked ass. I loved it, but I understand. I understand if people don't like it. They didn't like almost said Kato. It's not Kato. Kang. I can understand it, but I know the KW Jeter. I know Rufus. I know you had 3 Blade Runner sequels they could have used. I know. Uh, Terminator. Already had it pre-ordered from Zavia a long time ago, but I canceled this and Blazing Saddles. Oh well, there you go. There you go. The VHS bit is referencing Blair Witch. Ah, yes. Okay. When are we getting Big Trouble in Little China or TMNT on 4K? Come on, let's go. Big Trouble would be that would be an interesting one because it's so beautiful. There's so much to see. Crazian, what's going on, man? It's one of my good friends, one of my oldest friends. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I know I'm getting gray, but hey. Don't tell my wife, but also picked up Rear Window, The Accountant, The Wailing, The Man from Nowhere, 1917, and Psycho. Wow. I own The Accountant. I don't own any. Well, I mean, I own all the Hitchcock movies on Blu-ray, but not 4K. Good to see that. How are you liking the new player? Any pros or cons of note? Shozama, I think my biggest. I mean, of course, the pros are great. I love the fact that it gives you so much information on screen. When you hitting that, the I don't remember what buttons they are. It's like third down, fourth down. Gives you like full information. My biggest con is I'm not a fan of all the freaking buttons on the remote. There's too many buttons that are too close. Too many buttons that will take you directly out of the disc and put you into Netflix and all that stuff that are right next to the navigation buttons. Like I think the navigation buttons and I'm talking like up, down, left, right, and enter. And then your play, pause, backwards and forwards, all that stuff should be right together, and there shouldn't be anything around it that will take you out of the movie. I don't know how many times I've clicked the Netflix button or the home button when I'm trying to click left or right just because I'm not looking. And it's just one of those, and that's probably, you could probably say that's on me. Rob, you just got the thing. Why are you not looking at the remote? But why are there so many buttons around that stuff, dude? I wish that those were a little more apart from everything else, if that makes sense. Um, Other than that, I don't think there's anything that I don't like about that. So, yeah. Any good thriller mystery movies from the past 20 years that are must-sees? Knights of Old. Wow. Yeah, fat thumbs. Exactly. But it's also like, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous how close some of those buttons are. But I'm wondering if that face hugger fits on Yoda's face. Um I mean, it would go like all the way around it because it's a big difference. It's a big difference. I'm not going to try that because I don't know how to, I haven't actually detached that from the. So yeah, I don't know. But that's funny though. You're behind because I won't shut up. No, no, Rufus. I get behind because I get to talking. That's the way. That's what happens. With you on the red hot Top Gun Maverick versus 2049 debate. I've tried to rewatch Maverick a couple of times, but beyond the opening scene and the Iceman stuff, it never really grabs me. But 2049 draws me in every time. Yeah. It's a good. 2049 is so awesome. Would it fit on my face? It's not life size. It's definitely not life size. And you saw the aliens hanging out in it, right? But yeah, see, look, it's not big enough. I mean, I you could probably see, and that's the other problem is that there's only a couple of digits that move. It's designed to hold on to the to look like it's crawling on top of the, you see that? But these aren't, that those are the only there's not like full movement on all these. Like this doesn't move at all. Uh this doesn't move. These don't move at all. It's only the ones that are on top of the bucket that move. That makes sense? So, but I think that's funny because I love the Alien 3 alien. It looks like he's going, "What's with this over here?" You know? It's just funny looking. Uh but yeah, I like how the other one's just kind of almost pulling himself out of it. Anyway, it's kind of cool. Uh put that back. Like that. Yeah, like that. Sorry. Um Still cool. Yeah, it's very cool. I have a tablet with an IR array. It's a nice as a replacement remote. I actually have what do you call it? The Harmony One. But the problem is I haven't gone in and updated the Harmony One with all of the stuff that I would actually use. That's probably, honestly, that's probably the best idea is to just use the Harmony One with it, but I just haven't done that yet. But yeah, you can program all that stuff, and it's got a touch screen on top, so I can change that out, change out options if I want. It's, and what's cool about it is that in one place I can um like I had this set up with the Sony, the old Sony 4K that I had, where I could do all the stuff that I wanted on the Sony, but I also had a one touch change the audio format on the receiver. So of course it, you have the best of both. You can control both things from that one, what do they call it? Activity, which is watch 4K Blu-ray. You get watch 4K Blu-ray and it turns everything on and puts everything on the right thing. And then it's got customizable buttons on top in that screen where you can update all that. I just haven't set that up. You've got a Harmony One as well? Yes, they're awesome. They're awesome. Is that the one that I have? Because I had one before. Image. Yeah, I have the updatedest one because my Harmony One broke. So I have the one that the updated one, whichever the last one that they made. Is it the ultimate? No, it's not the ultimate. I don't remember which one I have. Elite. That's what I have. The Harmony Elite. The Harmony One was the first one I got. But anyway, points of articulation. Thank you, Rufus. That was perfect. Yes. What site was that for the Terminator to pre-order? It was just Amazon. But I mean, it's going to be available on a bunch of different sites. I mean, again, I'm nothing against Amazon. Amazon is Amazon, right? You get a lot of things. I have tons of things that I've purchased. Chinatown, I got from Amazon. Okay. But when possible, I like to pre-order from different sites if I can, to boost those sites. My Seven Samurai is coming from Diabolic. So it's just one of those things that I've started to do. And if I can buy from someone else, then I do that. And yeah, it is the special edition popcorn bucket for Alien Romulus. And I bought into it because, partly because I love Alien and partly because, well, Wraith. I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, that's the only reason, is because I'm a huge Alien fan. Now, I kind of wish I'd gotten some of the other versions were kind of cool, but I did not like the Cinemark one. I heard the Regal one was really nice, and I could have driven down to Regal and gotten one, but I didn't. So it's all good, man. I'm happy with this. It wasn't super expensive. I didn't spend $100 on eBay or anything. Now I'm wondering what a xenomorph that comes out of a hut would look like. Would it be fat and lazy? I mean, possibly. Because that's the whole thing, right? Is it takes on the whatever, what do you want to call it? The DNA from the host. So yes. Any ass eat. Billy? No. But Billy, look at this. Did you see that? I hope you're feeling better, man. I hope everything's going okay. But yeah, Chinatown, 4K, with the two Jakes. Yeah. But hey, I have to go use the little boy's room. So I'll be right back. Okay? I'll be right back, seriously. I mean, I can't go through this door because there's boxes in front of it. But, the bathroom's like right behind there. Not right behind there. That's the doorway to the hall. But then there's... Anyway, I'll be right back, okay? Be right back. What do you mean Wiley's got what? Now's your chance. What? What? And yeah, the elevator bossa nova. Mutiny? Okay, wait a minute. Sorry, I got complete Knights of Old. I'm sorry, I got completely sidetracked by other things because, yeah. The Prestige, History of Violence, Memento, American Psycho, Mulholland Drive, Old Boy, No Country for Old Men, Taken, Red Eye, The Departed, Kill Bill, Collateral, Requiem for a Dream. I'll say that. Oh, well, yeah. Those are actually a lot of great movies right there. A lot of great movies. So I apologize. I apologize, Knights of Old. I'm sorry. Got sidetracked, man. That's just that's the way it goes. I bought the Borderlands popcorn bucket. The movie sucked, but the bucket was awesome. Yes. Old Boy. Probably the original versus the remake, but hey, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? And no fapping. I mean, look, you guys do what you want. If you can do that, boy, looking at this mug, then sure. But I'm not doing it. I didn't do it. I did pee a lot. Do you ever do that where you're like, are you going to stop? Because that was a lot of pee. But I did drink a whole thing of tea and some water too. Rob keeps ignoring my comments that'll fix his UB820 remote problem. No, I didn't, Vinny. I saw it, and I saw that you texted me there. But I also, even if I don't hate you, I'm on live chat, baby. I don't hate you. I said something. I said something about that. Wait, didn't I say something about hitting menu and then, yeah. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Something about his problem. Okay, wait a minute. Did I not see those? I did not see anything about. Dude, seriously. The trick is immediately after pressing the stop button, press the top menu button. Wait, I thought that was to get around the region thing. Is that what you're saying about the way that it's designed and how you get out of stuff? Because that's my problem is I've hit Netflix multiple times and I hit home multiple times. But it's just one of those things. It's just like I just probably just haven't gotten used to it, you know? Popcorn buckets are getting fancy. I love the bat signal one. The bat signal one is cool. I don't know, man. I don't eat popcorn. So I don't know what I would do with it. Hey Billy, you need to kick Game Dave into making more YouTube videos. He's all making babies and stuff, and we got left out. I know. How dare he? How dare he make a baby and not a YouTube video? But no, and the thing is, man, Dave puts a lot of effort into his videos, so I can understand getting into that headspace. It's so much easier to stream than it is to make a regular video. But yeah, it's weird. Oh, you sent me a better remote for $10. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. I I mean, okay, why did that bring up the camera? Okay, I'll look at that later, but thank you, Vinny. And I didn't ignore you. I didn't ignore it at all. I just didn't know you put it there. Yes, they are kind of dope, but dang, they take up a lot of space. Yes, I know. I know. It takes up a lot. I mean, seriously, that's huge. But it's also kind of one of those things where it's like, is that really worth $30? You know? Or more, if you spent more on it. It's just like I can't. And there's not a whole lot that I can think of that I need. Like that one, I wanted this one. Like when I saw it, I'm like, dude, that's a cool design. That's just a cool design, and I can put stuff in it that's not popcorn. But like the alien head, even though one like there's one design that's really cool looking, the Cinemark one sucked. At least the one that I saw, I didn't care for it. But the Regal one looked like it was pretty awesome. But again, where am I gonna put it? I don't know. I don't know. Hashtag IP a lot. That was like, it was just like, are you done? Because I am doing a stream. I don't know if you remember, but we're in there doing a stream, and now you won't continue. You stop streaming because I got to stream. We're streaming in there. There's a joke there, but I completely destroyed it. Anyway, 45 second to 1 minute. Yes. Top chat. Always put it in live chat. Bucho taught me that. This guy. Where is he? That guy. Look at that handsome fella. Look at that handsome fella. But he's always trying to hit me with that hand. Anyway. The Netflix button placement is terrible. Yes. I just thought you would check out my pickups. I rushed from Barnes to make it in time for the stream. Just saying. Okay, Shazama. Okay. Let's see what you got. Where's it at? Wow. Okay. Oh, you got Somewhere in Time. So there's Creepshow. Dewberry Was a Lady? I don't know what that is. Somewhere in Time. The Grifters. Man, Annette Bening was pretty hot in that movie. Can't Buy Me Love. Mannequin. Kim Cattrall. Yeah. 2 Days in the Valley. That's another good one. Secret of the Incas. Rumblefish. Rumblefish is Francis Ford Coppola too, and I haven't seen that one. Diane Lane and Matt Dillon. The Secret of the Incas. I don't know. I don't think I've seen that. Oh, dude, come on. Spies Like Us is a great movie. Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid is pretty funny too. Is that Best of the Best? I can't even read. The Paleface and what's Scaramouche and Clueless. Wow. Okay, just beyond that, this is a screenshot, right? Look at that. My Movies, 1,048. Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot of freaking movies, Shozama. Wait. Oh, that was general. Okay, that was in general movie. Okay. Ah, okay, okay. Desperado, the Titans collection, Man from Uncle. So that comes with Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans. Now, see, those are movies that, look, I'm not a huge fan. I watched Clash and was like, these movies aren't for me. But more power to you. I mean, those are good looking, man. And The Man from Uncle is a good movie. It really is. And Desperado, I mean, we do have Bucho here, you know. So, yeah. And the Desperado is another one of those where, do I own that? Okay, how do I own the third one, but I don't own the second one? I think maybe that was one of those where it's like, let's get rid of the DVD and let's wait for the Blu-ray. And then I never got the Blu-ray, and then now it's on 4K and I still haven't got it. So maybe I need to do that. So there you go. There you go, Shazama. And I appreciate that. Stream within a stream. That's the joke I make it when I pee on stream. Well, there you go. The alien head was absurd. A shadow person. Ceramic doll bucket. Okay, wait a minute. If the Game Chasers had their own popcorn bucket, what would it be? Miniature Ghost Getter, J Hat, or something else? Shadow Person or Ceramic Doll Book? Yeah. Um, that's a good question, Wraith. I don't. I think a Shadow Person. How would you do that? I'm not sure. Gone Fishing 4K. I don't know if a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, can't wait for that." I mean, like, there's movies. There's good movies in there. In that, especially in that era. You got like Grumpy Old Men. You remember that movie? That movie's great. Doesn't need 4K though. And maybe there's going to be people that say, "Dude, you always need 4K, always." Right? But I don't know. There's some movies where I'm just kind of like, I just don't need it. Some of the stuff you guys bring up, I'm clueless about. I need to be taking notes. Well, Gone Fishing is I don't know about that one. Looks like I'm only at 609. Digital, let me see. Does it actually show? Oh, and here's the thing. For me, I got that Columbia set that was $100 for 100 movies. So there's 100 extra movies that most of which I haven't seen. How do you uh is this gonna break everything? Yeah, that's gonna break things. I shouldn't do that. I don't even know how to do that. I don't know how to do that without oh, and this has got I'm sorry, I'm not finishing any sentences. But this also has my the movies that I ripped on here. So that won't count. I don't know how to do that without um breaking something. I know you can do that on the Apple TV itself, but through the app, since I stream my movies off of my hard drive that I've ripped from Blu-ray, I don't know why I'm making so many movements, but yeah, since those are in my library as well, and that's how I view them on the Apple TV, I can't just see the digital onlys. You know what I mean? Is there a lag? I hope not. I hope not. You like the poster for something that Ricky said. Gone fishing? Oh, and Carbonite is here. I didn't see Carbonite come in. Hello, Carbonite. Welcome. They say you have to have over 1,000 books to technically call your collection of books a library. Maybe it's the same with movies, a movie library. I don't know how many I have. There is no lag. Okay, thank you, Shozama. Appreciate it. Um, See, here's the thing. I have multiples, you know? Like The Crow the other day when I did my Crow review, I was like, oh yeah, I have the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the 4K. And there's multiple movies like that. And most of them are either in those two boxes or the stack of freaking crazy movies right here that you can't see. Take a picture. These are more duplicates. So, yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few things that I have. Each one counts. Well, see, there you go. I mean, I've got multiple, so I don't even know. Wait, these numbers don't add up. Gaping Billy Bucket. Oh, I don't know about that. That would be kind of funny. Is just have have just a pail like that and have a figure of Billy hanging off one side, have a figure of Jay hanging off the other side, and they're both humping, like air humping. Maybe that's what they do. A blue Jay hat would be funny. Or just have it where you're eating out of their head. It's just I don't know. That's just weird. Have Eric in the reflection of the shadow person's eyes. Sweat stains on the brim, exactly. That amount shows in Fandango Voodoo, which shows the amount. Also, Movies Anywhere shows the amount. Yeah, but it doesn't show all the ones that are not, you know? Like, that only shows what's available through Movies Anywhere. It doesn't show all of my library. Because if I go to movies, let's see, and go to my movies, yeah, that shows 360, but I know it's more than that. So there you go. And you might be wondering, Rob, why would you buy the 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T or uh, About Last Night, the remake, not even the Rob Lowe, but the remake About Last Night? Why would you own those? That's part of that Columbia 100 for 100. So there you go. I feel like it's counting titles and not discs. Like if I own a Blu-ray in 4K, it's counting as one. Exactly. And that's the tough part. I wholeheartedly agree with that. That you shouldn't count the digital copy and the movie at the same time. Because here's the thing. I own the 4K digital of Lawrence of Arabia. But I also have the 4K discs now. So yeah. Buckets are J-mouth open wide and Billy bent over twerking bunghole wide open. Those are some horrible ideas. Why would you want to eat anything out of those? It was only for a second. Nobody else said anything. My guess it was just me. Oh, there you go. Where's Kung Fu Hustle 4K? Look, I say Speed Racer. Yeah. The Wachowskis. Emile Hirsch. John Goodman. Susan Sarandon, Christina Ricci. Yeah. Where's Speed Racer in 4K? That is an amazing looking movie. It needs to be on 4K. And also, well, for a long time I was saying, where's Zodiac in 4K? But we're getting that. So Zodiac is coming in 4K. Where is I was just thinking about it. I don't know. It was another one. I was just thinking about it. Oh, Strange Days. Where's Strange Days in 4K? Strange Days, baby. If you haven't seen Strange Days, look, that movie, the movie's kind of rough, okay? And by rough, I mean there's some sexual roughness in that movie, okay? I don't want to say the word, if you know what I mean. And it's kind of, some parts are hard to watch, but it is an amazing film. Directed by Catherine Bigelow, who directed The Hurt Locker and the original Point Break. Starring Ray Fiennes, Angela Bassett. I mean, I've talked about this movie so many times. Tom Sizemore, Michael Wincott, Michael effin Wincott, Juliette Lewis. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. And yet, not on 4K. Rufus, probably. I could have said that. But, I mean, I think most people got it. Yeah. But yeah, that movie needs to be in 4K. And my guess is it will come to 4K, but it'll be an arrow, a shout, it'll be like a UK release or something, or I don't know. Maybe Australia, maybe Via Vision or Imprint will do it. But I want that movie in 4K. My wife has cataloged all our books in an app. She has started our movies now. Yeah, I need to do the same thing. It would probably be just cool to have. But where's literally all the Ghibli films? Ghibli? I do this every time. And I've only seen a couple of them. And I've got them. They're on Max. But I still haven't done it. I have Lawrence of Arabia on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K releases. I just count it as one movie. Yeah, I mean, I kind of... It really should only account as one. Because, I mean, if you're not counting the digital copy, it really kind of is the same sort of thing. Don't you think? I don't know. It's tough, man. KFH would be cool throughout the English dub unless you have the DVD. Not sure what that means. Yeah, your shelf doesn't count as one. That's absolutely true. I mean, you both have points. I tried to give Speed Racer a shot because you recommended, made it about halfway. Carbonite, here's the thing. And this is, to me, this is really important about Speed Racer. That movie is not for everybody. That movie just does not work for some people. But for me, the reason that it worked for me is because I saw myself as Speed when he was a kid, and immediately I was up for the adventure because I was like, holy shit, this is me. That is like, that's me. So I get it. If there's a lot of people that it just doesn't work for, but I love it. I give away the older versions to family or friends if all the content is on later discs if they want it. All right, friends, I'm headed out. Got to get up for work in the morning. Take care, everyone. Rob, have a great rest of the week. Griffian, thank you again for your donation to the Rob Fund. I appreciate that very, very much. But yeah, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for being here. And, you know, yeah, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it a lot. In Japan, they say gibbery is an Italian word. There's no right way to say it. Oh, okay. All but just a handful are amazing. Totally worth watching. Seriously. Okay. Grave of the Fireflies is a good one, though, man. Grave of the Fireflies is good. It's just not one that it's hard to watch. It's like watching Schindler's List. It rips your heart out. I've seen that one. That one's it's rough. Now I want to bring this up. Maybe before Griffian leaves. I highly recommend this channel. Okay? This is a YouTube channel that I just found. Some of you probably already know this channel because he's got over 2 million subscribers, but I've never heard about this channel. There's only like 30 videos. Vinny, it is not yours, but I highly recommend your channel as well. You do know that I pimped out your video the other day, like on my it's in the your own content. I said, I don't think Vinny's in this, but you really should watch this video because it's fantastic. Your last video, I love it. Yeah, I pimped it out. I mean, I hope you got some views. I don't know if you did. I mean, it's not like, look, let's be honest. I don't have the biggest channel. I don't have the biggest reach, but no, I appreciate good editing, and your editing is awesome, dude. But anyway, this is the channel. Every frame a painting. Now, so his latest video that came out just a day ago. Yeah. But here's the thing. Look at the previous video came out 7 years ago. So this guy only has like 30 videos total on his channel. But it is insanely cool. Shot, reverse shots, ensemble staging. How does an editor think and feel? The poetry of details. Dude, I've started watching Composing Movement, Kurosawa, Jackie Chan, How to Do Action Comedy. What was the one that made me go, oh my God? Edgar Wright, How to Do Visual Comedy. Oh, you can't see all that. Michael Bay, What is Bayhem? Dude, Bucho, he hates Michael Bay. But, dude, he goes over anime stuff. I mean, this is an amazing channel. And I think if you love movies, you have to sub to this channel. You just have to. There's no choice. You have to do it. So, I'm back. Work makes it hard to listen to live streams. Sorry. And it's okay, Ted. It's okay. But yeah, check that out. Man, Paprika, I still don't know what to think of that movie. Yeah, he goes into, I can't remember the guy's name, but he did Perfect Blue, which I own because of Calum. Remember Calum? Calum hadn't been here in a while. But Calum recommended that movie to me. I bought it, and it was a difficult watch, but I also was like, that was pretty impressive. So yeah, Um, I would definitely recommend that channel. And I want to watch all of that director's movies too because it was amazing. Speaking of how to do things, Matt Stone and Trey Parker talking about how to write an episode was pretty awesome, wasn't it, dude? That's like mind blowing. And it's funny. I sent it to Billy, and he said it's funny because I've been trying to do that kind of stuff. Because the weird thing is like, at least the way that I wrote the first draft of the next script, I wasn't thinking in terms of how long things should be or anything like that. I was just trying to do what feels right. Um, but it really is kind of important. But then, well, I'll just say this: I went to a movie today, and I'm sorry, it's been a couple of hours. I don't remember when or who said it, but I went and saw this today. Now you might be wondering, Rob, where's the review? It's coming out probably on Thursday. But anybody that wants to say that originality in Hollywood is dead, or originality in movies is dead, it's hard for me to say where. Like I still gotta wrap my head around this movie. Okay. Uh. Right. Uh. I look. This is seriously one of the best movies of the year. No question. It's one of the best movies of the year. How high it goes, I don't know. But this is like, holy crap. Right there. You must go in blind. If you can watch this, if you can seek it out, I would highly recommend it. Try not to watch anything about it, because it is amazing. And I really wish I'd watched this instead of The Crow. It came out the same day as The Crow did. This is an amazing movie. It really is. And again, I don't want to give away too much, because this is a movie that I went to see today because of, I think I told you, my wife's car is in the shop, and it'll be in the shop for a while because they have to order the part. Anyway, we only have one car. Today was the only day this week that I was going to be able to go see this movie, so I went today. And then I'll be doing my review. Sorry, Griffian, but I did want to say, oh, it was you? Wait. Who said it? This movie was, I can't even, so many surprises. You got to seek it out. And if you don't believe me, just go to the right. In fact, here, we'll just do it right now. We'll just go look at this. Where's it at? Think about all the movies that you know. Oh, get out of here with your. Now I know you might say, "Oh, Rotten Tomatoes. What do they know?" It's rare for it to be like this. Get out of here with your 96% critics, 84% popcorn. I'm telling you, the performances are great. The script is amazing. The DP, the director of photography, is Giovanni Ribisi. Dude, I'm getting pumped up just thinking about this movie. Giovanni Ribisi, you know this guy? Yeah, he is the director of photography. There he is right there with. The reason I went to see this is because I saw Rob is getting paid for getting. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm getting paid. I would love it if that was true. But basically what I was doing is I was saying, I need something else to review this week. Yeah. And I saw this. Somebody actually brought it up in chat last week. And I was like, I don't remember. All I know is It was on my radar. I looked up the thing and I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, go in blind? Okay. You know what? Screw it. Let's go. I haven't gotten all my thoughts together. That will happen for Thursday's review, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Right now, it's worth it. So, very excited. Very excited for future work for the director. I'm interested to see if Giovanni Ribisi will continue to do photography, because awesome stuff. So yeah, there you go, and I'm done. He isn't in the flick. I mean, he is, but it's not like that's yeah. No, he's not in it. But also, we had a trailer for this. Of course, Cosmo. I think Cosmo was the one that posted the trailer. 3.5 minutes of just almost 3.5 minutes of crying, because if you are a fan of that original Superman, then that means that you're immediately a fan. I think it means that you have to be a fan of Christopher Reeve, right? I've watched a lot about Christopher Reeve over the years. I watched his directorial effort that he was it In the Gloaming? I think that's what it's called. Very sad movie. Yeah. It is like, this is going to be good. Now, I just don't know, man. Do I want to go see this in the theater? And I mean, I'm going to be ugly crying, because I was ugly crying watching the trailer. But there you go. Okay, let me go back. Slades, I saw you there. I haven't done that. I don't think so, Vinny. I didn't oversell you. Okay, I'm way behind. Way behind. Good times as always. Yes, and I'm sure he's already gone at this point. But yeah, Vinny, when you posted your last video, because I subscribed to you back from Dave's channel, and then you posted a video, and it cracked me up so much that I had to post it on my Discord, and I said, "Hey, this is from Vinny." I don't remember what I said. Did I say anything? Did I say anything really mean? I'm sure I didn't. Oh yeah, he didn't post it here, so I will. I actually don't know if he joined my Discord, but whatever. Here's the Vinny C that Who I Be's latest video, and wow, this guy does some editing, and it cracked me up. It cracks me up, and it makes me want to see more. So there you go. And now, Shozama, you had seen the whatever the thing. I'm already clicked off of it. Oh, let me click off of that real quick. Okay, and click onto this and this. Okay, sorry. Every frame of painting, it was amazing. It's an amazing channel. I still want to watch Paprika. I just haven't. But you're welcome, Vinny. I mean, look. If I had, I just wish that I know this is one of those things that it's going to sound like I'm begging. I'm not. But I wish I had the money to pay people. Because I would love to have someone with your editing skills with my videos. But I can't pay you. I don't make any money. So it's just a thing. But I really appreciate the work that you put into your own stuff. You know, I really appreciate that. And I'm the kind of person that I'm like, hey, if you come here and you watch this stuff, you join our Discord and become part of our community, we should all support each other. So that's all it was, really. But there you go. I love Grave of the Fireflies. It just makes me cry more than the rest. It's the only flick I don't tell people to watch that I love. Yeah, it's a rough one, man. Lupin the Third, Castle of Cagliostro is the highest recommendation for Hayao Miyazaki. He made before studio. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I didn't post Vinny's channel. Um, but yeah, it's Vinny C that who I be. And I don't know if you guys can because of my Nightbot and stuff will like basically spank you if you do it. Nightbot over here sitting in the corner. He's always looking out for that kind of stuff. Let me see. Bam. And sorry, I should have been faster about that, but there you go. Watch his Windows 98 upgrades video. It's hilarious. And but also like kind of what do you call it? Like I learned something, but it was hilarious too. There you go. But yes, not Gary. Did I say hi, not Gary? I think I did. Hi, not Gary. Yeah, that video was so freaking cool. Oh, nice. I thought every frame was retired. No, well, he came back just the other day. And the only reason I knew about that channel is because it was posted in the movies group and somebody on Reddit and somebody's like, "Oh my god, he's back." Oh, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, I've never seen this before." So, like I said, if people hadn't seen it, like me, again, there was 2 million subscribers. Yeah. Uh have I seen the fan edit called Batman 89 Short Edition? Basically the idea of that one was Batman gets shot on top of the rooftop in his debut scene and you don't see him again. The credits roll after that scene. No, but that sounds kind of funny. That sounds like so he just gets shot and he's on the ground and the credits roll. Okay, that's kind of funny. No, I didn't see anything like that, but it's funny that you say that because back when we had the old podcast back in 2005, not kidding. Uh that's the real date. Yeah, it's before like iTunes was a thing. Um we did a bunch of those where like Top Gun, right? You know? The whole I can't shoot this son of a bitch. Let's see if we have a little fun with him. And he does this and he flips over and he crashes into the MiG and blows up and then right? So that ends right there. And then just the beginning of Star Wars. There's a shot, so the thing the the blockade runner comes past the ship, right? It comes past like this, right? And goes kind of off in the distance. And then the Star Destroyer comes in, right? And you see that for 20 minutes. And then there's another shot of the blockade runner coming past the camera and then the Star Destroyer coming up and it shoots a shot and then there's a close up of the blockade runner and it explodes. Well, at that point, it just blows up the whole thing and that's it. And then and it's just like that would be so freaking funny. You know, what if movies didn't happen? And there was a ton of them that we came up with, different ideas of movies that would end prematurely, and it was hilarious. But that's really good. I like that. That's really funny. Uh, Apparently I was already subbed. There you go. But yeah, if you haven't seen the Every Frame is a Painting, Every Frame a Painting, and you're into movies, like not just like, oh, you know, it's funny when this guy was in this thing, you know, but like the actual thought behind framing and dolly shots. And well, one that I watched was on I don't even remember the name of the shot. Where it starts here and it just goes like this across a set. I don't remember what, it's not a dolly shot. Is it a dolly shot? I don't remember the term that he used. See, that's my problem. I'm not versed enough to do movie stuff yet. Like, okay, I'd be like, okay, here's what I want. Okay, you know that shot in Braveheart when it's sort of like high up, but it's kind of looking down at the ground and the two armies come together, but it's not a whole lot of people. And that's how they saved money is because they were shooting down toward the ground. So you only had like maybe 10, 12 people come together. But that's a way that they could get around it without having to have 50 billion people, you know, on the ground. That's the kind of shot that I want. And they'd be like, that was a crane shot. Or, you know, that's a Just high level, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, that's what I want. Okay, you know the shot in Heat when they're both on extreme sides of the frame, you know? And yeah, that's a 2 shot. Okay, sorry. That's me. So, anyway. That was like me when I saw shitty AI when I should have saw Pootie Tang back in the day. I'm not sure what that's referenced. And I'm sorry, Griffian. I know you're probably gone by now, but I'm sorry for keep pulling you back in. Fake reviews, right? Oh yeah, fake reviews, right? Before you see Totoro, see Lupin the Third. Okay. Okay. Shit. Man, Shozama keeps adding stuff to my watch list. I don't need that. Now wait a minute. Let me make sure that I don't already have it. Oh, look at there. It's already on my list. And I have it before the Studio Ghibli stuff. So there you go. Over the past 15 years, Ribisi has turned his passion for photography into infrastructure that's designed to make filmmaking more affordable and accessible. His studio Stelloscope also prioritizes the use of celluloid, and upon meeting at a past ASC, American Society of Cinematographers, Awards, Ribisi and Moliner soon hit it off their love of film stock. Rufus, that's exactly right. The film starts with saying the entire film shot on 35 millimeter. So, but Vinny, of course, man, of course. Now you're peer pressuring me to complete the Windows 98 trilogy. It's in the works. Well, Vinny, like I said, I've said this before to other people too. When I see talent, I want to try to cultivate that talent and boost that, you know, even if it's just a compliment. Because for so long, man, people told me that I should do this, I should do that, and now like I'm writing a story, or I'm helping to write a script. Now Billy's got it and he's kind of working on it too, but I mean, people always told me you should work in movies. Now I'm kind of doing that, and it feels great, and I want people to chase their dreams. And if somebody's good at something and they're not getting the notoriety, not notoriety, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, Vinny, look at it this way. I look at your channel the same as I looked at my channel. I think that there's people that would enjoy my content. They would enjoy my reviews. They would enjoy my live streams, all that stuff. They just don't know about it yet. So if I could do that for somebody else, why wouldn't I? You know, that's just how I look at it. And it's kind of like Billy and Jay said the same thing. They were like, and I was like, I don't want you guys to bring me up on your streams. And it's just like, it's too much. And I don't, you know, it's like, I'd rather do it, whatever. But I've gotten a ton of people from the Game Chasers that have come over here and they start to watch my stuff and they like it. And that's great. And that definitely, I mean, trust me, it helps. But I also, you know, I didn't want to be that guy that, I mean, you've probably seen it on some channels where the guy that is only there for the clout or for the extra boost or whatever. And Billy and Jay both knew that wasn't what I was, but I didn't want other people to think that. And so I didn't want to, you know, come into their streams and them go, oh, you should go to Order 42. And I'm like, okay, you know, but it's just, look, I mean, I'll just say this, Vinny, take the compliment. And if you get anybody watching you because of me, great. If not, hey, I'm a fan and I'll watch your stuff. So there you go. Am I talking about wood? No. But here's the thing though. Everybody who's got quite a following there are others that want to take advantage of that if they can. And some people will move on to others, once they've gotten what they've gotten. They're like leeches, right? And I'm not that. And I know that Vinny's not like that. Vinny didn't ask. I just did it. So that's the kind of people that I want to champion, are the people that deserve it, but would never ask for it. Now, here's the thing. If somebody asked me and I like their stuff, I'd probably do it. I'd probably do it and it'd be no problem. But that's how Billy and Jay looked at it with me. They're like, dude, you're our friend. Why wouldn't we do that? And I'm like, yeah, but okay. All right. But the thing is like every time I go into their stream, one of them would go, oh, look at Order 42. And I'm like, I'm just here to support, man. I'm just here to support. That's why I would go under my different name, because I didn't need the attention. But then they did it anyway. So I was kind of like, okay, I might as well just go in with my channel and make it easier. So that way when they do call it out, someone can just click on my name and subscribe if they want. But the thing is I feel like I've tapped out the entire Game Chaser. The people that are going to sub to me have already subbed to me. And there's probably plenty of them who have unsubbed because they go, this isn't for me, which is fine. That's the point of subbing. You sub so you can watch some of their videos. Oh yeah, I love this stuff. And then sometimes you sub to a channel and you go, yeah, it's not my thing. Not for me. And that's fine. And then some people will find a channel and they love it and they get 7 or 8 different usernames and they all sub to that channel to boost the numbers. And in which case, if every one of you would do that for me, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But the thing is really, I never thought that this would be anything. So the fact that I have over 500 subscribers is amazing to me. The fact that I have, how many do I have now? 3,200? Dude, that's insane to me. That's ridiculous. 3,265. That's crazy to me. I never thought I'd get there. So what I'm trying to say is, hey, if I can even if it's just a help, sure, I'll do it. So there you go. And I didn't finish. I still have, wait, how much do we have to talk about? Oh, we have one thing to talk about. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm still behind. Now you're peer pressuring me to complete the window. Oh yeah. Yes, do it. You should do it, but do it because you love it and do it because you want to do it. But also know that I and probably many other people are fans of what you do and they want to see more. So there you go. I have a self-portrait of Miyazaki Sensei smiling on my arm. I love it. Everybody thinks it's the KFC guy. When are you guys going to do another Chasing the Unknown roundtable video? First one was good. I would love to do that. As far as I know, there's still they're still doing work down in the old studio there. So I don't know, honestly. In fact, it's been so freaking hot here that we haven't done anything Game Chasers related in months, like a couple months now. Hopefully now that it's starting to, it seems like it's starting to turn. This weekend's going to get rainy and shit, but hopefully things will get better and we can start doing some Game Chasery stuff again. But yeah, the Chasing the Unknown, are you kidding? I'd love to do that stuff. Especially, guys, holy crap, Lou Elizondo, have you seen any of that stuff this week? Whoa. And Bucho, if you're here, Bucho, I think you might still be here. You might just be listening. But look, Bucho, you've got to tell me what you think about the Joe Rogan Lou Elizondo video. Because holy crap, man. You've got to tell us. I want to know. Very, very compelling stuff. I made a YouTube video, fake movie trailer called Slade Harrison's Battle for the Dew. It's the best video editing I've ever done. It's the ultimate crossover between every action movie and Scooby. Okay. You should send it to me. Are you in my Discord? You should text me or DM me in Discord or something. We'll see. We'll look at it. There's a lot of Lupin the Third. Ribisi should have stayed with selling stock with Vin Diesel. Yeah, BZ, yeah. But man, I was just so impressed. I was so impressed with that movie. On at first, I was like, oh man, this is one of those. Because here I'll say this. It is non-linear storytelling. That's all I'll say. Non-linear. But it works. And we're talking about Strange Darling, by the way. We're talking about not Superman. Not Superman. We're talking about Strange Darling. Highly recommended, especially if you're in the camp of nothing original comes out of Hollywood anymore. Go see this. And that is Willa Fitzgerald, who I only have ever seen in the first season of Reacher. She is amazing. Seriously, an amazing performance. But there you go. You're one of those people, BC, one of those that I saw that you put that in there, and you're not like that. You might be one of the people that posts every time I go in there, but I know you're not one of the people that. Let me see. Hold on. Strange suggestion because there's an entire Lupin show you need to watch alongside. Yeah, but am I going to watch a whole show? I don't know. Probably not. I just posted the poster in the Discord for Battle for the Dude. Okay, cool. But here's the thing though. Wood should have a Game Chasers logo and link on every video. I mean, but here's the thing though. And I'm not trying to defend Wood or Billy and Jay at this point. But I mean, look, it's tough, man. That's a tough one. Because Wood got his start from Game Chasers, right? Basically. But he went and did his own thing and then made it a completely different thing. It's kind of like, okay, think about this. How many people look at Billy's... I say Billy's. Look at the Game Chasers. How many subs they have? And they've what do you call it? They've shouted me out on multiple videos, multiple streams, and I'm at 100. Yeah, I think it's 168,000, and a very small handful of people have come over. The thing that you have to understand is about any YouTube channel, and this has to do with, this is the same as it was for podcasting. Okay. A very, very small amount, like 5% of your subscribers will ever comment, like, all that stuff. And then, okay, put it to you this way. It seemed like for us, at least when we were back in our day, we had 10,000 listeners per show. And this was back before iTunes, before Joe Rogan. It was big. Okay. It was big. It was crazy. But only a small portion ever reached out to us. And even a smaller portion would get on our message board. So even though that's why in like Jerry and I on our old podcast, we thought we had maybe 20, 30 people because that's how many people were in the message board. But in reality, we had a grand number of people. So you can expect that every time you do a video, you might have 100 views, but you might only have 5 likes. And then from the likes, only a small portion of those will comment, typically. Now, you look at my videos and you might go, well, Rob, look at your comments. Your comments are pretty good, on that basis. But you have to remember, I reply to almost every comment, and my comments count. So you can't count that. You have to look at it that way. So if you look at it that way, think about Wood's audience and think about the Game Chasers audience, which is two totally different things. If Wood called, if Wood shouted out the Game Chasers on every video or whatever, what you said, a small amount of people would go over to even check it out. And then a smaller amount of those people would even subscribe. And then a smaller amount of that would stay subscribed. So it's a definite I don't remember what I was diminishing returns. I don't know. All I'm trying to say is I get what you're saying, but it's a thing. But I appreciate that, Rufus. You said that. It's why I sub. It's not why I stayed or care. But see, that's the thing. It's different. You got to know me. All this talk about subs has some Jimmy Johns. I like Jimmy John's, but I like Jersey Mike's more. Going to watch Richard Dolan's review of that book next. Oh, I didn't know he did one. You haven't caught Elizondo and Rogan yet. Okay, Bucho. Well, I'm just, again, it's not a, push Bucho to the forefront and let him, make a fool of himself or something. I'm really curious about what your thoughts are on it, because you seem to be, like, as I said on the Discord, it's like a lot of times I'll have my head in the clouds on a certain thing and you'll bring me down to earth, which is something that I need. So there you go. I appreciate that. I'm one of the people from the Chasers that came over here for the quality content. Well, BC, I appreciate that. But that's the thing, is that there's a lot of people that probably never saw me that would love to be in this community and do, watch the videos and comment and do all the things, but maybe they just missed it. And that's the thing, is like, you have to understand, if you have something and somebody says, hey, you're doing well and I like your stuff, you should take that compliment and let that go in your head and say, okay, as bad as my videos might be doing right now, there's going to be somebody that comes across it and goes, oh my God, that's great. And so for me, the way that I look at things when I'm doing my videos, I go, hey, as long as, if I can get 10 people to go watch Thelma and Louise, cool. And I think I had like 60 something views on that, and then I turn around and do one for The Crow, where I'm yelling and screaming and stuff, and I get 5,000 views. And I'm like, okay, I can't figure this out. So a movie I love doesn't do great, but a movie I didn't love, and maybe it's just, I don't know. Anyway, it's my whole point from earlier, is I try to be positive about things. But yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Without Billy and Jay, Wood quits YouTube back when he was still in Canada and goes back to Australia. I mean, possibly. The personality from the Blockbuster video had me at hello. Now, that was a fun video to do. I mean, seriously, we have stories for days, man. Days. It would take time to come up, like, remember them again. But, like, there's stories that we told that we can't say. Like, there's a couple stories that we can't tell because they're not for 2024 ears. You know what I'm saying? They are not politically correct, but some of them are funny. So I don't know. We'd have to figure that out. I feel like we could do a video like once a year or something like that on that. Elizondo Rogan is on my queue for later tonight. Crow is a car crash and everyone wants to watch it. Yeah, I get that too. Grindhead Jim. Oh yeah, Ted. I remember that now. Now that you say that, because everything kind of bleeds together after a while. But no, I remember that. Jim's a good dude. In fact, we're coming up on time when we're gonna have to make some liquid for him, because I make all of his e-liquid. 100% avoided. Exactly. Now here's something that I want to share. Not everybody's going to get this, and not everybody's going to care, but I do want to bring it up because I think it's it kind of fits tonight's theme a little bit. There it is. Okay. So Scott Derrickson. Black Phone. He did the first Doctor Strange. He did The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Sinister. Okay. So every now and then I'll check his tweets out. This is one of the ones he said today or yesterday or whenever it was. 24th. When Paul Thomas Anderson, the director of Boogie Nights, director of The Phantom Thread, director of There Will Be Blood, was talking to John Krasinski, changed John Krasinski's mind about directors slagging on other directors' ambitious work. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read this to you. Krasinski and Anderson have known each other for quite some time, and the Quiet Place actor-director shared with the Times a valuable lesson that Anderson taught him about the only right way to react to seeing a movie. The two men were at Krasinski's house for his 30th birthday party discussing a movie Krasinski had just seen. Krasinski told Anderson, "It's not a good movie," to which the Phantom Thread director nicely chastised him. He so sweetly took me aside and said very quietly, "Don't say that. Don't say that it's not a good movie. If it wasn't for you, that's fine. But in our business, we've all got to support each other," Krasinski said. The movie was very artsy, and he said, "You've got to support the big swing. If you put it out there that the movie's not good, they won't let us make more movies like that." Krasinski continued, "Dude, Paul Thomas Anderson is out there on the wall for us. He's defending the value of the artistic experience. He's so good that maybe you project onto him that he's allowed to be snarky, but he's the exact opposite. He wants to love everything because that's why he got into movie making, and ever since then, I've never said that I hate a movie." I just think that's kind of cool. Okay? Now look, I've kind of sort of taken it upon myself. Why is there an ad? And okay, let me there we go. But a lot of people got on to Chris Stuckman for saying, "Oh, I only want to review movies I like." He should have said it like that. I just think that's really awesome. Because look, Paul Thomas Anderson's not a small director. I just think that's cool. I just think it's cool. And no, I pretty much hate The Crow. Okay. I'm not going to not say, but again, I'm very careful in trying to pinpoint the issue and not blame the entire production. I think the writing was poor. I think the storytelling could have been better in a lot of ways. I think that they should have stuck closer to the original version or whatever. But I praised the actors. I mean, I even think that the movie looks pretty good, even though it's a little forgettable. It's not as striking as the original Crow was. It's still, in a lot of cases, some very beautiful filmmaking. The movie just doesn't work. The story doesn't work. But I just found that to be really interesting. That's the different Paul Anderson. Paul Thomas Anderson, as in Boogie Nights and, right? Not Paul W.S. Anderson, Anyway, I just thought that was cool. I just thought that was neat. I'm a government shill, though, so always take my sculliness with a grain of salt. Bucho, come on. Come on. But anyway, hey, yeah. So basically, I guess the moral of the stream tonight is watch more movies. Because I watched a ton of them this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Watched 9 movies this week. I mean, look, it's not anything like Carbonite's watching 30 movies a month, which is crazy. But do your thing. Watch some more movies. Movies are good. It's like they wanted to fail. Yeah, I don't know. It's what happened to BVS. Have you seen the poster I sent you? Slades, I have not yet. Did you actually send it to me here? Battle for the Dew. There you go. Interesting. Is that Liam Neeson? Oops. I'll check it out. I'll look at it. And not Gary. Now, I mean, it hasn't shown up yet because Streamlabs. Come on. Because we got to go. It's 10:30. My wife's probably already asleep. Damn it. So, yeah, my wife's going to work tomorrow, which means I'm going to be stuck here, which means probably watching more movies. Just saying. I don't know. Oh, I want to watch The Killer again because the recent, there's a remake, right? I want to watch that movie again. And, or the original again. And, I put a Better Tomorrow in my. I've seen a Better Tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, but I don't own it. So I put it in my wish list. But thank you. Come on, man. Streamlabs, you piece. I don't understand. Why does it just not sync up? It does not sync up to YouTube very well. I mean, you guys saw. There it is. Butts. But it's me as Qui-Gon. I just think, I don't know. I just love that. But thank you. Thank you, not Gary, and thank you, Carbonite, for making me into Qui-Gon Jinn. But look, here's the thing. I'm all tapped out. But I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for being here tonight to hang out, talk movies, ask questions, all those things. Dude, I love it. I always love doing this stream. And I wish I could do it more, but man, I just don't have the time. But thank you. Thank you all so much, for coming here and hanging out. And, yeah, we'll do it again next week. And again, Strange Darling. Strange Darling. And there's a review coming Thursday. I mean, watch it if you want, but seriously, as a friend, I'm telling you, Strange Darling. Holy crap. Y'all have a great night. Bye.